Good evening everyone and welcome to the first stream of 2022, and a big happy new year and best wishes to you and your families for this year. Hopefully it'll be a better year than the previous ones. So I hope you've all had a good few days as well since the previous stream. Yeah, Nathan, it's now starting. I was a little bit late. I was talking with Stevie, just working on what we're going to be doing tonight. So good to see you in the chat again, Nathan. Hope you're doing well. Lida saying Happy New Year. Zach saying let's go baby 2022, yeah. Super Farmer Game saying hello. Hey to you. A few more in there. A bit further up I've missed. Helpan, Flyer Fan has become a channel member, farm manager level as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate your extra support. Yeah, Helpan saying Happy New Year. Yes, I do have a voice, although I don't use it very often. We've already got spammers in chat. These annoying bots. Hopefully we won't have too many of those. I'll have to keep tabbing out the game. Right, so first thing we're going to do before I just stand here chatting, we're going to take the last of the silage bales we made last time. Take these down to the store to sell. So we've got, how many's on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bales. So still quite a few left over. Oh, turn off super strength. Evansville, how are you? Nice to see you in the chat again, and Happy New Year to you. Gustav saying hi from Sweden. Hey to you. So what we're going to do is sell these bales and head over to the new area of land we bought last time, 22. Get a few logs loaded up to sell, and then I'm going to head back over here and we're going to get a few more farm buildings, possibly a greenhouse built as well, so we can start making a little bit of extra money off some other sources. Hey, Mark Black, how are you? Happy New Year, Simon. Hope you all had a good one. Yep. Isaac saying you got FS22. Nice, hope you're enjoying it. Hey Bethan, how are you? What could be better than listening to radio while watching Sim playing Farm Sim? Nice one. Chris saying hi, Sim and Stevie. Hey to you. Christian, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Yep. Right, I need to take the rear weight with us as well. Hopefully I can hook up that. We'll put it on the front actually. At least we can connect this trailer properly then. Trevor saying Happy New Year, Sim Farmer. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. Hey Dixon saying how are you? I am very well, thank you. I can't quite get it on the front. I put it too close to the building. I am very well. I had a very quiet New Year last night. Just me and the wife, just watching some stuff on TV, and yeah, we didn't really do much. Well, that's the way I like it. But yeah, so I hope you all had a good New Year's Eve and got to bring in the new year in an enjoyable way. How many of you in the chat are still struggling with a hangover, or did you have a quiet one as well? Starkiller, liked and subscribed. Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And Happy New Year to you. Zach, how long will this stream be for? 3 hours, 25 minutes. So I am aiming to finish on time this time, but as the last few streams have always gone over, so who knows. Isaac saying, did you get drunk? I don't drink, so well. I'm not completely like teetotal. I don't drink ever, but it's not very often I drink. I don't tend to drink when I'm at home anyway. I'm a boring old fart. Starkiller, thank you very much for the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content. Trevor saying you got Farm Simulator shirt for Christmas from your friend in Oregon. Nice. Helping saying you have the best videos. Thank you for that. Christian saying dinner for one as every year in TV. Yeah, I like quiet. I've never been a big one for New Year's, to be honest. I've done all my fair share of going out and celebrating when I was younger. Now I like the quiet. Quite relaxing. New Year's Eve. Farmer Willie B, he was sober as he was at work. Nathan, how do you see your sub's name? How do you see your sub's name? My sub's name. I'm not sure what you mean, Nathan. Doda Saysaf, apologies if I just got that wrong. You inspired me to play FS22, nice, hope you're enjoying it. Attila saying evening call and Happy New Year, yep, same to you. PC playing Milk, it was just me and the dog last night, there's always fireworks and she loves to watch them. Yeah, it was pretty quiet last night for fireworks around by me. Although there were a few, and most of them were going off quite early. My dogs aren't overly keen on fireworks that much, but they're not as bad as one of my older dogs. He really hated fireworks. Come on, game. I'm a bit lag spike. My fan saying, hey, how's Stevie and the wife doing with the baby? Stevie, how are you doing with the new baby?
Yeah, we're actually doing really well. I'm hoping she's coming home tomorrow.
Nice, hopefully, fingers crossed. Zach saying he watched the Nashville Big Bash on TV last night. Nice. Me and the wife, we watched the firework display they do in London on TV. Well, it's pretty much as soon as that finished, that was it. We was off to bed. A Dixon saying he can eat sausage and watch me live. Nice. Evansville saying I had my dog in the bed and she was shaking. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fireworks, especially some of them. They're crazy loud. Fortunately there wasn't any too close to us, but we could still hear them in the distance. But yeah, it did seem a lot quieter than usual, so presuming a lot of people didn't do as much as they would normally do. Christoph saying first check horsepower and then find John Deere front loaders. You replying to somebody else, a question I've missed. Nike or Nicky, how do you stack the bales so well on Ravensburg? See, you stack them so perfectly. Yeah, it's just practice. If you're struggling, try adjusting your settings for the sensitivity of the arm, so how fast you control it. 'Cause sometimes if it's a little bit too fast, it's a little bit jerky. It can be a bit difficult to stack bales very well, but generally it's just practice. Just have a go. When I first started playing FS, I never liked doing bales because I didn't like trying to stack them. So unless I could use auto load or an auto stacking trailer, I would avoid doing bales and stuff like that. And eventually I just started to give it a go, and so the more you do it, the better you get at it. Hey Liam the firefighter, how are you? Eric saying happy Saturday sim, yep. Nathan saying he hates fireworks. Christian saying a fine dinner with the family, relaxing at the fireplace, could be worse. Sounds nice. Frizerka saying yo. I think that's how you say your name. Apologies if it's not. Andrew Rule, happy New Year to all. Yeah, Thomas saying lol. Alex saying hi sim, hey to you. Dixon, can you buy a new tractor? We will do it at some point, but at the moment a new tractor's not really going to do anything that these two can't do. So it'll be possibly not worth spending money on to get a new tractor just yet. I'd rather spend the money on other things we can use that do things that we can't currently do. But yeah, we will look to get some larger horsepower tractors and some new stuff, but we'll just check. Yeah, I don't think I've advanced much time since the previous one, so we will just turn the speed up a little bit. Don't want to go too fast because we want to try and get some more crops in the ground as well. Why did I drop the weight off? I need the weight. Where did I drop it off? Over here. Do I know where Slovenia is? Somewhere in Europe. My geography is not amazing. Oh, I want to disconnect the trailer, not the weight. Get an old bigger size tractor so you can pull that fertiliser spreader a bit better. Yeah, it would be handy for that because this one did struggle a bit, but it's a bit cheaper for us to just increase the horsepower on this tractor a little bit because we're not at the highest it can be. Because I think we are. It's only at the lowest. Yeah, 105. So I'm pretty sure this one can go up to 130. Where are we? No, 145. So it's 20,000 for that. I think that would be a better use of 20,000 than getting another tractor, unless a good one comes up in the used equipment sale that's worth getting. Because I think this tractor is pretty worthless now. We have literally run it into the ground. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's only worth 4,837. So even if we sold this, we're not going to get much money towards a new tractor. Isaac, do you have Discord? I do have a Discord currently that is just for my channel members while I get used to it. But I will be opening up that to everyone, or a Discord server for everyone at some point soon. I just need to learn all the ins and outs of Discord first. Storm saying, did you see that FDR posted he was going to release his first map of mods on the 7th? Yeah, I did. I'm looking forward to giving those a go. So yeah, hopefully, possibly in the next stream we may look at, well, depending on how much they are, we could possibly look at trying to get enough money for a tree harvester, and then we could do some work with that, but we'll have to wait and see. Blue Dev saying, how do you do logging and stacking bales so good? As I just said earlier with the bales, just practice. So try playing around with your sensitivity settings and try different settings, see what works best for you. Again, for me, I use an Xbox controller, which I find so easy to use, pretty much because I'm so used to using it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just practice and take your time and keep at it. Steve, you got the hang of loading more than one log. You can do multiple logs, but sometimes the log fork tends to go a bit funny. Zach saying he is a real farmer. Nice. So where are you? Like, what country are you in, Zach? I know farm practices vary drastically from country to country. Although some people seem to find that hard to believe. It always makes me laugh when you get a comment on somebody saying something that you're doing something wrong, and they don't believe that it's done that way in other parts of the world. It's like their way is the only way things are done everywhere. Eric, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. You are awesome. Wish you could stay for the stream, but need to get back to work. Have a cup of coffee, Yorkshire tea, or whatever on me. Nice one. Thank you very much for that. Acting Fleece say FS22 scammed you. Who's that? Zach saying he's from Florence. Nice. So what kind of farming do you do in Florence? Like mainly? Or are you a mix of a lot of different things? Thomas saying, when is the next No Man's Land time lapse? Tomorrow and Monday. So you can get 2 logs. The smaller ones tend to work a bit better. Whereas I just find it a bit easier just to go for one for the bigger ones. Samuel saying, by the way, I got the Scorpion King Forest Harvester, and woohoo, that thing is massive fun to operate, super expensive. Yeah, they can be fun to operate, but I I don't use them very often because I was so used to using the FDR logging stuff in FS19. I didn't want to kind of get myself confused with using different equipment, so I stuck to that. But I possibly will have a go at some of the in-game stuff at some point this time. Acting Flea said he bought the game and they didn't come, so it hasn't turned up yet. Soybean and cotton, nice. Seem to be struggling with the front loader this evening. Team Cook saying howdy sim from Michigan, US, and he runs a Hagi or Haji STS 12 self-propelled sprayer. I absolutely love your content, thanks so much, nice one. Bethan saying she also farms in real life in West Wales. Got 100 acres of grass and 60 odd cows and a couple of sheep. My real name is Tom. Ah, okay. I'll try and remember that, Tom. Wish I had 10 years and I can't bother to get my own. Yeah, I understand that. I know what that's like. I've been there in the past when I've just used a different account because I couldn't be bothered to set up another one for to get a different name. How many? I don't think we're going to have enough to fill both trailers, are we? Might just about. Might have to cut a couple of trees. Andrew Rull, thank you for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate that. It hasn't come yet. That's a shame. Hopefully you'll get it soon. Yes, I do have a 4K monitor. It's a Asus ROG Swift 4K 144 Hz monitor, which I've just managed to get another one the same. I did order a second monitor the same last year, or possibly even before that, and then the order kept getting cancelled or put back because it was on back order, and then eventually I was told that that was completely unavailable. But the other day for some reason I just went on Amazon to see if they'd got any offers on in the sales, and they'd got another monitor the same as the one I'm using now as my main monitor. So I was like, quick, buy it, because there was only one in stock. So I've now got a second one, so when I get my new PC I can have my current PC running off the same monitor as I'm using now, rather than having to downscale the monitor, which I am really pleased about. Farmer Willie B saying, where's everyone from? He's from Scotland. Yeah, I'm from Worcestershire. Originally I'm from the West Midlands, but now reside in Worcestershire. Hey Scott George, how are you? No need to apologise for being late. I appreciate you being here, regardless of if you're late or not, or how long you stayed. It's good to see you in the chat again. Samuel saying he's from Sweden. Yeah, planks and furniture is something we'll look into as well, but at the moment they are quite slow to return their money on. But as Alien Jim added a fairly cheap sawmill, it's possibly something we'll... Another lag spike. Yeah, hopefully the next stream as well I'll have my new internet connection up and running, so we'll get a better connection to the servers. Yeah, the planks and sawmill is definitely something we will look into very soon. Now we're starting to get multiple ways of earning money as well, so we've got different things we can now do to get money. We'll definitely start to look into stuff. Isaac saying he's from Iowa. Machine Maniac, hey Sim, how are you? So me reading chat while I'm trying to pick up logs. Chris saying he's from South Africa. A Dixon from Poland. Farm Simulator 22 Sim. Hello, he's from Norway. Hey to you. Samuel saying, do you stream on Twitch? No, I don't. Just solely on YouTube. Twitch is not something I'm overly familiar with. I don't tend to watch much on there myself, and I don't currently have plans to do anything on Twitch. Machine Manic saying you missed the last stream. Yeah, no worries. There'll just be one stream a week from now on, like going through the rest of the year. And at the moment it will be every Saturday for now, but that may change possibly to a different night in the week depending how things go. So yeah, I wanted to try and get a couple of streams in between Christmas and New Year. What's better, soybeans or canola? It depends on what your setup is. If you've got the ability to harvest, like you've already got a combine harvester with the grain header and that, then soybeans is obviously the easier option, because you've already got the equipment to do it. Soybeans generally pay quite well, although I do find in FS22 they seem to be extremely low yielding, even with 100% crop bonus. I don't know if it's less than 19, but it does seem like it is to me anyway. But cotton is very lucrative in FS22, so if you've got enough planted, even just leasing the case combine cotton picker, you can still make a hell of a lot of money from cotton. So if you've got enough fields to plant with cotton, I'd go cotton and lease the case. You will make quite a lot of money as well. Where do you get the music from the time lapses? All my music is from epidemicsound.com. If you look in the video description down below, there is a link to Epidemic Sound, and there's always links to every single music track in all of my video descriptions. So if there's a particular track you want to listen to, if you click on the link to that track within the video description, you get different options. So you can listen to it on Spotify if you've got a Spotify account. I think there's also a link to watch the video, the music on YouTube. I think there's like 2 or 3 options as well, more options as well, but I can't remember what they are. Corey Richardson saying it's a real life farm with 1,000 acres, nice. Blue Dev saying alright. Yeah, 6 kilometres in reverse yet. So I'm still currently on my 4G connection, which is only just about good enough to run the stream and connect to the server at the same time. So I do get a few lag spikes and my ping is not brilliant. Hopefully from next Friday I should get my new internet connection, which hopefully will solve all those issues. Is that the last few logs? Or is there...
There's a couple of short ones still there.
Yeah, I'll
in the
chuck
grass.
these on by hand. Oh no, I can't, because I can't carry anything by hand on this connection. Let's see if I can try and pick a few up. I'll manage to get 2. It's like a lucky dip in the grass. Is there any way to speed up factories? I don't think there is, unless you adjust the XML files, which you would need to adjust the main game files for that. I'm sure there'll be some modded versions of the stuff come out with higher production rates appear on ModHub very soon, but I don't think there is any way in game at the moment to do that. Zach Marsh saying he farms 10,000 acres, nice. Agri Tomo saying I'm Beth and Thomas Tom, finally got the courage to change names. I'm sure I would have remembered to call you Tom. Stormcall saying, Sim, was your Discord open to all channel members? Just farm managers at the moment, but within the next week or so I'm going to try and just get have a look into getting things set up on them, then it will be all channel members. So just keep an eye on the community post for a post on there for the invite link. I was hoping to get that sorted between Christmas and New Year, but I've just been so busy with stuff. I just haven't had time to look into sorting it out. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Adixon saying 3 years he has subscribed. Nice. Yeah, I posted up a thing on my Facebook earlier. I got a reminder from Facebook. So 3 years ago, on the 30th of December 2018, I passed 1 million views on my channel and 10,000 subscribers. So 3 years later, I hit what, 31 million views in total on my channel now. So 30 million views in 3 years, and I think I was on 107,500 subscribers on the 29th of December. So just under 100,000 subscribers in that time as well. So a big thank you to everyone that subscribed over that time and viewed my videos to help me reach those milestones. Really do appreciate it. Apologies, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but you're saying you own the whole map on No Man's Land FS19. Yet I finished off owning every section of the land on my 19 playthrough as well, although I didn't fully utilise a lot of the areas. But yeah, I bought every area of land. Isaac saying, oh, we'll have to join the channel. You don't have to join the channel just to join Discord. There will be a Discord server at some point that will be open to everybody. But I've never used Discord myself very much in the past, so I need to work out how it all works and stuff first before I get so many people on. It just becomes overwhelming. So at the moment I just wanted to limit it a little bit so I could work out how things work and that. Hampersburg saying, do you make up your own rules for No Man's Land, or is it a place somewhere, where to read? Yeah, I will. I keep meaning to put the kind of rules I'm following in the No Man's Land video description, and I keep forgetting to do it. The rules basically I'm going by for the time-lapse series is no loans other than the initial loan I started with. So I started 200,000 in debt. That covered the cost of buying the land, the starting equipment and the biomass heating plant. So even though that's technically only a sell point, I did account for that as well in the money. So I started 200,000 in debt with no money then from then on, and with the rules, no leasing. So no leasing equipment and no taking out any further loans was the kind of rules, which even then, with doing the forestry, it doesn't take long to get going, and those kind of rules don't really matter too much, because you get to that point where it's fairly quick to start earning money even on hard economy. I was contemplating doing a no used equipment but the temptation to use that feature because it's new in the game. Although I do find my John Deere, the repair is like, how quick it needs repairing is crazy on the John Deere 6M, and the cost of it because of the hours it's got on seems a hell of a lot higher than this tractor did last time. I think it was completely worn out and cost less than 1,000. My John Deere repaired, it wasn't fully worn out and it cost nearly 3,000 to repair. It's got 14 hours more than this tractor has, but it does seem to make a hell of a lot of difference when you start getting quite a few hours on your tractors. Even though 40 hours is probably a week's work in a real life tractor. I think you'd be going broke very fast if you was paying $3,000 to repair your tractor every week. Funter, hey, how are you? Good to see you in the chat again, and Happy New Year to you. Nuggetto69 saying, good day, how you going? I'm very well, thank you. Hope you are having a good day too. Darcy Reed, do you know Australia, mate? I know of Australia, I've never been there myself. I would love to go to Australia at some point, but yeah, I've never been there. Yeah, I am aware of it. Nestor Baron Wrestling, thank you very much for the subscription. Hamid Plays saying hello Sim, Happy New Year, hey to you. You didn't use the outsides either. Yeah, I think the top end of the map is very hilly, and without a lot of landscaping there's not much you can do at that side, and I think it was down this left hand side as well. So from areas 1 down to 61 was also fairly hilly. I think I built the windmill sell point up on the hill top on 41, I think it was, or 51. May have been right on the join of 51 and 41. But I think on the edge of the map that's pretty much all I did on that side. TJ saying once you get over 40 it costs you a ton to repair, and it's very often, yeah, it does seem like once you get above 40 hours it wears down so fast. I don't know if that's the kind of time to trade in your tractor and get a new one at 40 hours, otherwise it's going to start costing you a hell of a lot of money to keep it running. If that is the case, it does seem a little bit low, but then for most people they probably don't get to 40 hours on many playthroughs on one single tractor. And because I play the game so much, 40 hours on a tractor is like not a lot of hours. Alright, so what we're going to do is, before we get on with the next job, I think, yeah, Stevie's started mowing over there. So we're going to get another building in, and what I'm going to do is actually drop these trailers off. Just want to move the spreader out the way. So I've moved the shed from where I placed it at the end of the last stream, simply because I kind of stuck it right over here. I think it was somewhere here, like right over by the edge of the road. So there's quite a lot of space behind it up to these rocks that I thought was just going to be end up wasted space, so I moved that shed a little bit further back. So not too far back, so there is still a bit of space around there that will probably get some trees in. Well, yeah, I think it gives us more area to use than having a bit of space at the back of the sheds. So just get this spreader moved out of the way. Agri Tomo saying he has 16 hours on a Massey ATS and it costs 13k to repair. Is that pre-update? Because I know before the update tractors were extremely expensive. Henning, thank you very much for the $19.99 super chat, euros, sorry. You are absolutely crazy and very generous and very awesome as well. Thank you for that, I really appreciate it. Storm saying, well, if 40 hours is time to replace tractor, that means I am around 20 hours over lol. Yeah, if it's just going to keep increasing to the point where it's going to start costing 5,000–6,000 to repair a tractor, and it's more often, then it definitely does seem like it's going to be like 50 hours probably at the most you're going to get out of a tractor before you really need to consider replacing it or putting it into some sort of retirement, so light duty work, not used very often, and get a new one for your main tractor. No, you repaired it today. Wow. That sounds a lot. Big Smoke saying service costs are outrageous in FS22. I've found they've been kind of very all over the place. I don't know, because that tractor last time I was expecting to cost a lot more, and it cost less than 1,000, and it was literally down to nothing. There was nothing left on it. So I was quite surprised that was fairly cheap. So possibly because of the value of the tractor, maybe that helped lower it a little bit. I'm not sure. But yeah, the John Deere was 3 times more and wasn't anywhere near as bad condition. So what we're going to do, if I don't press the wrong button, go into build mode. So we've got 77,000. I never even checked how much we got for the bales or anything. So what I'm thinking is, we only own up to here. Fortunately, I can't do any landscaping beyond that, even though that field is technically on our land because it's right on the boundary. It doesn't seem to want to let you landscape within a couple of meters of the boundary, even on your side for some reason. A Dixon saying, do you have a season? A season? I'm running seasons, so we've got seasonal crop cycles on. TJ, it depends on the value and any crashes or damage. Yeah, I've got a feeling it may come down because that tractor, that Massey, is, I say, I've showed you earlier, it's less than 5,000 value, so it's pretty worthless. Where the John Deere, I think, is also. I'm trying to think how much. Yeah, I think pretty sure the John Deere's worth around 30,000 from what I can remember. So it's worth a bit more than that anyway. Agri Tomo saying also has a Fent 934 and costs 23k to repaint. Yeah, I don't bother with the repainting, to be honest. I always find that yeah, it's a lot of money to do something that basically is just visual. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't have any effect on performance. Right, so I want to put in here, I want to get a workshop so we don't have to worry about going all the way back to the store to repair our tractor or tractors and equipment. So I'll put that somewhere in the middle so it's easy to get into. We'll get a pressure washer as well. Actually, what we'll do first, I should have put the pallet racking mod in. No, we'll leave those there for now. Right, change your plan. Water H2022 saying he's in Queensland. Darcy Reed, a small building town in the middle of NSW. Is that where you're from? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on that chat a little bit. Turbo Turtle, maybe a little help. I downloaded the map mod, but it won't read in game. Even downloaded version 1.0 and 1.1, and both don't work. How to install the map mode? You want about this map, Turbo Turtle? No Man's Land. Where did you download it from? Probably bigger the engine, bigger the cost. Yeah, also could be a factor. The John Deere is slightly higher horsepower as well. It's 130. Hammersbjorg saying, what is the reason you load the trailers with the tractor and don't use forestry trailer with crane? I think the tractor with front loader is, to me, just a lot easier. The trouble with the forestry trailer is you have to keep moving it to pick up a pile of logs. It's also, they are fairly small in game as well, so you can't actually fit much on. You can fit far more on 2 of these together, and plus these are dirt cheap as well. So yeah, I much prefer to use the front loader than those little logging trailers. If you're doing small trees, they're not so bad. Well, yeah, I don't particularly like them too much myself. I just find they're far too small to make it really worth bothering with. Right, so we're going to put another shed in over here. So we can neaten this up a little bit. I keep going too far. Slow that down a bit. Thank you very much for the subscription, Vales Holm. Apologies if I just got your name wrong. I really need to change that red text because it doesn't show up very well on my screen. And Salvatooth. Oh, my name finding skills. Salvat. So again, I've probably absolutely butchered your name, and I do apologise. Thank you very much for the subscription. Yeah, so I'm not going to do too much for now because I don't want to waste too much money on buildings that aren't going to get us anything back. So I just want to put 2 of these in. We're just going to go one either side so we can kind of have a couple of sheds to store our equipment in. I want to come over a little bit more. Just want to leave a little bit more in between them to access the stuff in between. Oh, keep getting too far over. Never mind. Just bring that down a little bit. Oh, that should do. So, sheds. So, how is everyone finding the new build mode? Do you like the changes? I'm still kind of prefer well, the landscaping. I do like the fact that they've now added in the strength for the soften tool, so you can actually increase the strength with K and L, because the soften tool in the first version of the game was pretty useless. So I do like the fact that they've added that. I think you can also do it on the flatten as well, although I'm not sure what the benefit to flattening strength wise would be. So yeah, I do like the fact that they've added the intensity feature. I do like the slope tool as well, although I've not used it much myself. Keyboard and mouse, I think the new landscaping and build mode is brilliant, but when it comes to using it with a controller, I don't like it at all. I just find 19 was far easier to use an Xbox controller for build mode. Other thing we want to get in is containers. Fuel. Seriously, 26. Oh, that's a nice, fairly cheap one. 5,000 litres will be fine. So we'll stick this over here so we can refuel our tractors up here as well. And then the other thing I wanted to get was the pressure washer, which we'll just stick over here. Job done. And I think we'll just tidy up this little bit here. So we want painting. I'll do just take this down a little bit. So we kind of create another entrance in so we can kind of loop around. And we'll bring that over here a little bit. Fill in that bit. Let's just narrow that down a little bit more. It's not quite so wide. And that should do. This will all change again. Now it's just a quick temporary kind of thing, just so we've actually got somewhere to store equipment, rather than just keep leaving it out in the open. Just round that off a little bit. Same there as well. I should just change that. And then we'll paint the extraordinarily expensive meadow grass. This absolutely drains your money like crazy. tighten this up a bit. So I don't want to spend too much money on doing this. I'd love to just get in and proper build up a farm with everything, but it costs so much money. And some of these buildings are absolutely fantastic. They look amazing, but yeah, I don't really want to spend 100,000 on a shed at the moment. Right, so we've got 52,000 left. So what I was thinking of doing is getting a greenhouse or two, which we could put over here somewhere by the water. We will also need to get the water tower as well, so we can pump some water out. So we want production, greenhouses. The annoying thing about these now is obviously that you need good access, because you can't lift them up by hand unless you use super strength. I really wish as well you could select which way around you had these. So like I wish there was a left hand and right hand option, so when you're placing them you could place another one kind of the opposite way around, so you've got the water fill points at the same end, but then the pallets spawn on opposite sides to each other. So you could put them with the spawn points facing each other rather than having it all on the opposite side, if you know what I mean. And then you could spin one round, so have one that way around, spin one round that way, have the water point at that end but the spawn pallet point on this end, so it's all on the same side. I think that would be amazing, because it's really annoying that they're all on that one way round. It does make it awkward for laying them out very well, because you do really have to kind of consider access to filling them up and getting access to the pallets as well. So yeah, just trying to think what would be the best way to get a couple of these in. I think if we have, so let's just straighten them up. This is one thing I like to do when building, is use where the area where we've painted with a straight line, I just line things up using that. It would be nice if they had in here the degrees, the rotation of the actual object, so you could kind of rotate it to the set degrees you want, so you know you're lining things up a little bit better. So I think if we get one here, and then we'll get another one that way around, so pallets are all on the same side, but leave enough. What we may do is paint this across first, so we can kind of try and line it up a bit better. Zero Cool saying hello SF, hey to you. Ines saying hello. Storm saying there's a few things I like better, but there's some things I like better in 19, yeah. I just don't like the fact, well, it's not so much of an issue now I've got a little bit more used to it, using the keyboard and mouse, but in 19 everything I did was using the Xbox controller, so all the landscaping and the build mode was, apart from the occasional thing, fences was the one thing I hated placing in 19 because it was so hard to line them up. Sometimes I'd use the mouse for that, but yeah, I'll pretty much just use the Xbox controller for everything. A fill point on both sides will solve the problem, yeah, or just having the option so you could toggle it, because you can toggle these buildings. If you're not aware, you can change the colour with N and M. You can also do that on the Xbox controller as well, but I'm not sure what the buttons are. So if they had the ability with the greenhouse that you could just toggle left hand, right hand as an option, I'm sure it would be fairly easy for giants to do, because they've added the colour changing ability with those. Press V and edit the texture near the sheds. Press V and edit the texture near the sheds. Press V. No, V doesn't work for texturing. The free placeable mould only works on buildings, so you can't, even if I go landscaping, there's no option for pressing V for painting or plants, trees as well. Yeah, V on trees just is the rotate randomly. It doesn't allow you to have the free placement with trees and the painting texture. There is a mod on Mod Hub that allows you to do it, but I don't. I don't have that installed. Right, so get this other greenhouse down because Stevie's gonna Stevie's gonna finish mowing before we even get over there to help him. Right, where was I? Greenhouses. Right, which way around? Make sure I get this the right way around. We'll just line this up again because I reset it, messing around with buildings. See if we can get this lined up. Just leave a big enough gap to get in there with the water. I think that should do. And we'll just paint a little bit of dirt round. So we'll neaten this all up again when we've got a bit more money. So for now it is just going to be a very rough dump it and go. So we also need, is it under tools? No. The water tower, so you can get free water from this. We'll stick this, let's stick that kind of in the middle then, because we've always got the ability then to get another 2 greenhouses, one here with the spawn point inside and then another one there, so we could have the 4 greenhouses. So if we stick this kind of here, we should be able to access that okay. I will turn on free toggle mode because it kind of levels the ground a bit weird if you don't. So we can get some water from that, and we'll just paint in landscaping I want. Come on. One thing that annoys me as well is it resets the brush size every time you go out to that sub menu. I really wish it'd stay on the last one you used because it's so annoying when you have to keep resetting the size. I say all these little things that start to annoy me after a while. I don't know if anybody else is the same, but yeah, little things like that I just, especially when you're constantly flicking out between different modes and then going back into like paint, and then it's completely like reset the brush size. It's like, don't do it, please. Let's just narrow that down a little bit, and then we'll get some more of that ridiculous expensive meadow grass. Well, that will do for building for today at least anyway. 28,000 left. No, I don't want to demolish, I want to quit out that. And then what we'll do is we'll buy a water container so we can actually fill the greenhouses up. So we want animals. Yeah, I think we just get this one as it's got the highest capacity. Keep it standard. What I will do check though, is the one on sale first? Nope. Ooh, that would be nice, but I think 199,000 euros is a little bit out of our price range at the moment. So just get this for now. An 8RX would be nice, but yeah, definitely one for the future. No worries, Leo Das. Yeah, I didn't realise you couldn't do that earlier either. I only worked that out myself earlier when I tried to, when I was trying to adjust this earlier. I thought maybe you could use the free placement, but no, it only works on buildings. I don't know why it won't let me do that, because technically I own that strip of land, because you can plant it, you can like put a crop in it and harvest it and everything okay. I don't know if it is just literally because it is so close to the boundary. Jakub saying hi Sim, hey to you. Connie saying hi. Nuggetto69, do you have problems with your logs glitching? I've had, I think in the very first stream we did on No Man's Land, I had 2 or 3 logs glitch out. Since then, in the time-lapse series, I haven't had one single log glitch out, other than a tiny little bit, which I didn't even notice at the time. It showed up annoyingly on the video recording, but I didn't even see it on the other computer. Right, so yes, we'll go and... Where's my tractor gone? There it is, hiding behind the spreader. Right, we'll go and grab the water thing so we can get these greenhouses topped up. Yeah, I think if you, it seems to be if you cut the top part of the log in too long a section, it seems to glitch out. So the only thing I can suggest trying is cutting from the top and bottom in smaller lengths. So we're doing 6 meter lengths and we seem to have no problem. So we're doing 6 meters from the bottom. I don't think, since the first stream, I don't think we've had any issues with the logs glitching out. But I do think if you try and cut the log in half, or cut it in too long of a section, that's when it seems to get that horrible glitch. So yeah, try to cut them a bit shorter, maybe 8 meters maximum length or something, and work from one end. Don't like cut in the middle first. Try that and see how you get on. Steve H, how are you? Happy New Year to you, and good to see you in the chat again. Hey Caleb, no need to apologise. I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate you taking your time to come and watch. So yeah, no need to apologise for being late. I don't expect you to watch it all the time, but I do appreciate it. SimJMK controls your hydraulics on keyboard. Yeah, I don't use keyboard for the for driving. I don't think I could get used to it. Agri Tomo saying, anyone else notice how small the pickup is on the square baler? Oops, just crashed into our new water trailer. Have I used that one? I'm going to call it a kun, because I don't know if that's correct pronunciation, but YouTube doesn't like the one most people call that brand. And I've just push that where we can't actually pick it up. Trying to think if I've actually used that square baler. I think I may have used it on Elm Creek, but I can't remember for definite. Yeah, the square baler I used on Elm Creek, the pickup wasn't great on that one. I can't remember if that... Somebody will probably remember better than me. Luca P saying, hi Sim. Hope you had a good day. Loving the videos. Can't wait for 2022 videos yet. Thank you for that, and Happy New Year to you. Steve H saying he's good at them. He's good, mate. Just planting my acres of corn for the silage. Hope you're well. Sorry, missed the last 2 streams. No worries. But yeah, good to see you in the chat again. Yeah, if you buy the biggest tree, you can make money on the planted trees, which is a little bit cheaty. But yeah, you can buy trees in build mode, plant them down, cut them down, and then make money on them. To me, I don't see the point in doing that. If you're going to do that, you may as well just cheat money in and save yourself the bother. I just don't see the point in doing that, because it's just like, yeah, okay, you're still doing a little bit of work cutting the tree down, but if you're going to do that just to make money, you may as well just add money in. Caleb saying, so there's no mods on Xbox that removes your money. On 19, yeah, there was the tax signs. Is that on 22 as well? I don't keep up with console mods, so I don't know what's available for 22 on console. I know they did have that problem with mods, and then they stopped mods on there for a bit, and then they had a big massive mod dump for console. Charles Dunk, Happy New Year's to you. Welcome to the stream. Dixon saying hello, hello. James, the K-Brand Square baler has a bad working width, but the New Holland case ones have decent working width. Lease and return. No, we're not doing leasing on this series. Hibernacle. Which tree is the most profitable? Oops. Wrong one. That's what I wanted. I would say if you're doing forestry, I would recommend either the pine trees, because they're fairly tall, spruce trees, because I think a full spruce tree is about 34 meters or 36 meters, and yeah, any of the pine ones, although that one doesn't look as big. Oh, that's the biggest pine. Yeah, so I'd say probably the standard pine, the spruce, or the stone pine. I prefer spruce personally because they tend to be a lot straighter than pine trees. I haven't done a test yet to see roughly how much you make off each tree. I did one in 19, and yeah, I need to try and do one on 22 just to roughly see how much you get each tree at different lengths, to work out what the kind of best is. Luke P, when you're cultivating a field, what order, roller, fertiliser and so on? I tend to, with 22 now, what I've started doing is I'll mulch the field. So I go over the field with the mulcher after harvesting, then I'll apply a layer of fertiliser, then I'll go over it with a shallow cultivator or disc harrow, so it's ready then for seeding, and then I'll seed it and then either go over it again, go over it straight away with the roller, and then fertilise again at the first growth stage. I need to turn the thing on. I keep forgetting you need to activate this water tower. Yeah, so I do it that way, so I do one fertiliser before and then one after, but at the moment I don't have planters that can fertilise at the same time, so I'd probably, I don't know if which way around, I'd probably fertilise before doing the para harrowing, disc harrowing or shallow cultivating after mulching. I'd probably pull a fertilised stage in between those and then use fertiliser while seeding to get both stages done, and then not bother spraying, only because I find it difficult at times to see where you've been if the crop's growing in the field. Farm Simulator 22 Sim saying bye. Thanks for stopping by, hope you've enjoyed the stream. Andrea saying, is there good money in greenhouses? They're minimal work, you know, they don't cost a lot of money to put down. All you have to do is fill them up with water, and then move a few pallets every now and then. So it is easy money, depending how many days a month you've got on. If you're playing with more than 1 day per month, then they are going to be extremely slow at getting pallets out, but they are profitable for the amount of work you put into them. So it's definitely worth getting one. I would recommend getting at least one greenhouse on every farm, especially if you're starting out, because 10,000 to place a large greenhouse is not a huge investment. So we'll set this one to fill up, and we'll just set that. I forgot to paint in between here. Right, so I'm just going to go with lettuce on both greenhouses for now, just simply the fact that you get far less pallets. I don't know with my current internet connection having too many pallets might not be the best idea. So I'll just get this one set up ready so when we top it up it can start producing. So yeah, once I get the new internet, we'll probably set one of these to tomatoes or strawberries or something. Ball Game is saying, is there also a recording for the series while you stream? If you go onto the video description and look, there's an @Stevie4K Gaming who's helping me out, who is currently windrowing over there. He's been recording the streams, so there is 3 videos I think, or 2, and there's another one up tomorrow from the last stream. Or was that up today? I can't remember. Stevie?
Yeah, no, there's 3 up already, and one from the last stream is today.
Yeah, so if you check out Stevie's channel, he's got 3 videos of the previous streams in a time lapse that you can see. I'm not recording myself because I'd struggle to make a decent video out of it because I keep stopping to talk and stuff like that. So I would love to be able to do it, but I just, yeah, I don't think it would make for a very good video. Nugito, is it just me or does everyone else wish there was more vintage tractors in FS22? Yeah, it would be nice to get some smaller, older equipment for starting off with. There's a few decent tractors now, like older stuff in the game, a lot more than I think we've had before. Yeah, there's the link to Stevie's channel if you want to check that out. Funter's just posted, thank you for that. Yeah, if you check out Stevie's channel, he's got the time-lapse videos of the work we've been doing in the servers. Tomcat saying, what's your favourite lorry or semi? See me if you've got one. I really like Scanias. So when I'm playing Euro truck, Scania is my favourite, like European truck anyway. I've never played ATS, so I don't know a huge amount about American trucks. And I did like the Kenworth I used to use on 19 as a mod. But yeah, I don't know much about US trucks, or semis I should say. Alright, so we'll grab the baler, drop the log fork off first. What I'll do is, while we're here, I'm just going to check the track drivers. I know the front loader drastically needs repairing, because we didn't do that last time. How much is that? $290. I'm going to repair that just because I hate the maintenance bar always being so low. See, that's only 91 to repair now, so that's not a lot. Last time it was like a little red dot down here. I'm just going to repair it for so it's done. What I might actually do as well is just drop the front loader off because we don't actually need it at the moment. Fuel wise, I don't know how much is it to buy fuel. It's not too expensive. I think we'll just get 1,000 litres for now, just so we've got some fuel in the little diesel tank in case we need it. Adixon saying he's bye, he needs to go to sleep. Good night, thank you for watching the stream and interacting with the chat, really appreciate that. Stormcore, what was your favourite lorry mod on FS19? Would help if I actually took the baler, wouldn't it? Let's go and start baling up some grass without the baler. Favourite truck, there was a few I liked, but there was some that looked really nice, but they weren't particularly brilliant mods. They was full of errors that I tried. So there's some nice Peterbilt Kenworths and stuff. But I did have a really nice, what was it? Oh, I can't remember what brand it was. It was an absolutely amazing mod. Like really nicely detailed, looks fantastic, but it wouldn't work on multiplayer for some reason. So I couldn't use it because I often use multiplayer in my time-lapse videos to do stuff. I couldn't use it. I can't think what it was. Oh, it's already full. Forgot to change the bale size as well. That's another annoying thing, is when you quit out the game it changes the bale size you've got set. Oh, it is on 150, so why did that only do a 125 bale? Okay, so it's still set on 150, ignore me. Ball Game is saying he's subbed to you, Stevie, so now you can keep track of it all. Nice one. IMT 533 is a good vintage tractor, yep. Sam does stuff, how are you, and a happy new year. Tomcat saying, cool, gotta go, be back in a bit, nice one. I've just completely missed. Let's get rid of these little bits of, oh, where did that other one go? There we go. So what we'll do now, we'll get this baled up, and then we'll get the bales wrapped, and then we'll plough in another new field here. And then we'll try and get that sown as well, and then we may skip to the next month. So try and get that one done today. Although I think we can still plant wheat and barley in October, can't we? Planting. Yeah, so we don't need to worry about slowing the time down or anything. Divya saying hell. I don't know if that's supposed to be hello, but hello from India. Yeah, I thought you may have got cut off on your first comment. Hello to you. Nice to see you in the chat. Caleb saying he made his first farming time-lapse video, but I've not posted it yet because you don't have any music. I say try YouTube audio library for free music to start with. You can get a free trial subscription, I think. They still do a free trial subscription on Epidemic Sounds that you can use for 1 month. So you could use that if they still do it. I'm not 100% sure if they do, but they used to do. You could get 1 month free. Trouble with that is you obviously still need to put in card details to sign up for that. You just need to remember to cancel it before the end of the month, so you don't get charged. Peter saying hello again from Germany. Hey to you. BS Sim, what do you think about the idea of slowing the time-lapse down? Yeah, that was a comment I got the other day. I don't know if that was from you or somebody else. Yeah, it is something I will consider doing. I just keep forgetting to do it. So I was going to do it in the last couple of videos, and then I just kept forgetting to actually do that. Because of the way I edit the videos is I do all the stitch all the video clips together first and adjust all the speed for each individual clip, and then it's only when I go through the video after adding the text in and the graphics overlays I remember about doing the things at the shop, but by then it's too difficult to adjust that section of the clip to slow it down because I'd have to move everything else after it. So I will try and have a go at doing that in the next few videos, because I can see how it would be beneficial, because I was watching back one of my videos, and in the shop it is too fast, that it is a blur, that it's difficult to actually see what I'm buying, what options I'm choosing. So I may slow it down to like ×2 and see what that's like. Yeah, so it is something I will look into. Caleb saying you don't have a card. Yeah, that is the only downside to these free trials, is you have to put your payment details in first, because then they hope you forget about cancelling it and can start charging you. Yeah, I just use YouTube audio library. They have some fairly decent stuff on there. Just make sure if it's a track that you need to give accreditation to the artist, that you make sure you put the correct line of text in. Isaac saying you had a typo in your recent video. I have typos in probably every video. I often miss them in editing. I don't know how I don't spot it, because I do try and double check all the text. But yeah, once the video's posted, it's pointless telling me, because there's nothing I can do about it. Because there's no way I'm re-editing and re-rendering a video just for one typo. So yeah, you just have to take them as they are. I can only apologise if it annoys you. But at the end of the day, I am human and I do make mistakes. Martin's saying hi from Latvia. Hey to you. Oh no, Martin's saying hi to... Sorry, I just reread that. Cool Creeper saying he's from Latvia. So he's saying hi to Cool Creeper from Latvia. Apologies, I missed your message, Cool Creeper, at first. Ludi's saying hello from Bosnia. Hey to you. Melissa saying just jumped into live. What's the goal today? Yeah, so the goal today is to get at least one more field ploughed in and get that sown with a crop. So make the most of the grass before we plough that in. We're just gonna bale up and then wrap the bales. We've done a little bit building if you missed that, so we just put down a couple of greenhouses, topped those up with water, and we built a couple of sheds and a workshop. And then we'll see, once we get this field done, we'll see what time it is, and I think possibly then have a look at maybe getting some other stuff built, or getting grass cut in another area for another field, possibly. I don't know, we'll see how we go. Isaac saying he's playing FS22 right now. Nice. 1 2 3 4 basket saying hi from Canada. Hey to you. Shane Wright, hi, how are you? Maximilian saying hello from Germany. Hey to you. And yeah, if you've only just joined, Happy New Year to everyone that has joined. I wish you all the best for the new year. Grumpy ass old man, aka Grumpy. I just remember to just call you Grumpy. Hello everyone, hats off to the new year, and to you too. So we'll do probably the same as we did before. Once Stevie's finished rowing up the grass, we'll swap over, so I'll start wrapping, he can do a bit of baling, so change things up a bit.
Maybe I could do the wrapping this time, because I've always...
Oh, you've not done any wrapping, or not done much? Yeah, if you start wrapping then, that's fine. Yeah, if you want to do that. That's fine by me. I say, hopefully...
I've actually done...
Carry on.
I think I've actually done baling in every single session.
Yeah, you probably have. I can't remember who's done what. So I'll get carried away, too busy talking to concentrate on what's actually going on. Yeah, no worries, you crack on with the wrapping then once you've finished that. No problem. Alva saying, can I play? Not currently. This is just limited to me and Stevie at the moment. Main reason is my internet would probably die if I had more people on the server, and also it will be limited just to people I kind of know I can trust in a way. No offence to you, because I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine, but yeah, I don't know you, so it's difficult to try and get people on, because there's always those few that ruin things for the others. Caleb saying, do you think I should upload the video without music? If you're doing a time lapse, I would say at least do some sort of music. You could do voiceover on it, but to me, I've seen people try voiceover on time lapses, and I never attempted it myself, but I kind of found it comes across a little bit awkward, and never kind of seemed right. So I've never tried it myself. Maybe I'd do it slightly different, so I don't know. But yeah, I did see somebody, I don't know why it got recommended to me, but there was a video recommended that was a time lapse where they just used in-game sounds sped up, and yeah, it didn't sound good.
Caleb could use no copyright sounds on YouTube. It's literally, it's all free.
Yes, as Steve said, if you search non-copyright sounds on YouTube, they have loads of videos of music, and you can get a download link from each individual music track on their channel that you can use for free. You just have to make sure you put the relevant links from that video description into your description as well. Do I have a steering wheel? I do have a steering wheel, but I'm not currently using it. I have a Logitech G920. Ben, is this the live stream, also the time lapse? No, it's completely separate to the time lapse series. So they're completely separate. Because I know not everyone watches the live streams, I don't want people that watch the time lapse series to start missing large chunks of stuff. So I wanted to keep them separate. But if you're not into watching live streams, if you go and check out Stevie 4K Gaming's channel, you can see the last few live streams as a time-lapse video. So yeah, for those that don't want to sit through 3 hours of me rabbiting on and playing the game. I did get a comment on, I think it was the offline stream, somebody just saying, no, this should be a time lapse. Sorry, should it? It's a live stream. Caleb saying safe, thank you Stevie. Yeah, check out non-copyright sound. I used them briefly at the very start of, no, I think it was back in FS17 actually. I think by the end of FS17 I think I'd started using Epidemic Sound on this account. I think I'd switched it over then, or well, restarted my subscription. DJ saying you should make live streams more. Yeah, I plan to do one a week. I don't know if it's one of those things I don't want to do too much and people start getting bored. So I don't know if doing more than one a week would be too much. But at the moment I think one a week is comfortable for me to do and keep on top of all the videos and that, which to be honest is the main part of the channel is the videos, so I don't want to start taking away from those too much. Isaac saying he likes the voice instead. I will be doing some like normal videos with talking on, so I will be doing some like let's play, like normal speed videos with talking over the top at some point. Jared Lynch, this right there is why I never use round balers. I love round baling, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't have like a strong dislike of baling with round balers. They can be a little bit frustrating at times, especially when you're on a field with the very slightest of slope and the bales just do not want to stop rolling. But yeah, I can understand why a lot of people don't like it with their constant start-stopping. Yeah, I don't mind it too much. Darcy, you should go on holiday to Australia. I would love to. I don't think not something I'd be able to afford to do at the moment, especially with the current climate as well. Travelling is not the ideal thing to do. But yeah, maybe one day I will. As I think I mentioned in the previous stream, there's a few places around the world I would like to go. Have you used the auto load bale trailer? No, not yet. I was going to try and put a few more mods on the server, with that being one of them to try out, but when I set up this server I used one of the offers that was on at the time. I think it was like a Black Friday offer on Nitrado for the server, so I just took up that offer. But the problem I've got is this server only has a memory storage of 250 megabyte for like mods on the save game, so I've pretty much maxed that out, so I can't fit any more mods on here. Yeah, after COVID, possibly in the future. It's definitely something I would like to do, but I can't say if I'll ever get the opportunity to do it. I do know we have like family friends that live in New Zealand, so would be good to visit New Zealand as well, especially because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, so it would be great to go and see the Shire in New Zealand. Caleb saying it's so wonderful. I imagine it is. Yeah, we've already done a bit of farm building earlier in the stream. DJ badminton. I'll possibly do a little bit more when we've got a few more jobs done, if we get a bit more money. You should move to G-Port or cost less. From next week I should have a partnership with Nitrado, so I will have 2 servers provided by them as part of my partnership. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll the current server will be transferred over, so I won't have to pay for it. I'll get it through that to use on the streams, so I need to just make sure they actually increase the storage capacity up to the 25 gig. Isaac saying he lived in Okinawa, Japan. Now, Japan would be an amazing place to visit, especially in spring. For that brief short period in spring when all the cherry blossom trees are in blossom, and also in autumn as well. To see all the trees in their autumn colours would be amazing. Something I would really love to see. I haven't finished. I'm trying to reject the bale when I'm only at 92%. Yeah, Japan is another place I'd love to go. I'd love to go back to Hawaii as well, because I was so young when I went there. I don't really remember huge amounts of my time there. I remember going to Pearl Harbor, and we went out on a boat tour around Pearl Harbor. I vaguely remember that. But yeah, I was far too young to really appreciate it, I think. So I would love to go back to Hawaii. Joa saying hello from Germany. Hey to you. Presumably that's Joa, I mean Java. Probably just got that wrong. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4 Basket saying sorry to ask game, but do you have Discord? I don't currently have a public Discord server, but I'm hoping to within the next month or so. Scott saying he's got to go. Bye and Happy New Year. Yeah, thanks for stopping by again, Scott, and all the best for your new year. Yeah, Discord is coming. I can't say when for definite. But yeah, it will be coming soon. Isaac saying he was located on an island away from main Japan. I don't stream on Twitch, no. I am... Oh, just missed a little bit. Solely just YouTube. I don't think I will ever start streaming on Twitch, to be honest, because it would take away time from me doing stuff on YouTube, which, as I've got such a large following on YouTube now, I know there's probably quite a few that would watch on Twitch, but yeah, it just seems like starting all over again, and I don't know what the kind of benefits are to Twitch over YouTube streaming. I know there's quite a lot of YouTubers I used to watch now literally only stream on Twitch. Some of them don't even do YouTube videos anymore, so I presume that they're making a decent amount on Twitch to be able to completely stop doing YouTube completely. But yeah, I don't see myself doing Twitch anytime soon, at least anyway. Daniel Babcock saying looking forward to forestry maps like on Wilhelmina. Yeah, I'm sure in the next few months we'll start getting a few maps come out on the mod hub. I'm not gonna start another new map yet though. I won't start another new map until I finish one of the current series, because I don't want to do more maps than what I'm doing now, because I think it just becomes a bit too diluted then with how many episodes you can do on each series each week, and then series take a lot longer to get through. People start getting bored then. So yeah, I don't want to do more than 3. Ideally I'd love to stick to just 2 maps at a time, just simply the fact that you can get more episodes each week and get through the map a lot quicker. Zach's Carl saying YouTube is better for FS22. I think obviously because Twitch is predominantly streaming, so from the video point of view then yeah, YouTube is obviously the better option, but for streaming I don't know if Twitch would be better, but I've got no plans to change. Finally I can hear you. Is that Semi? Apologies if I've got your name wrong. Yeah, you can hear me. I do have a voice. Manuel saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. And I'm trying to unload a 99% filled baler this time. They should have like a constant audio beep when it's full, rather than it just start beeping at 90% and then continue the same beep even when it's full. Stormcool saying I think FDR is releasing their first map on the 7th. Yep. Together with a lot of the forestry equipment. Yeah, they are, but that is predominantly set up for logging, so it's from, I think from what I remember it is pretty much a forestry map. I don't think it's set up to like kind of do forestry and farming, which Grizzly Mountain wasn't set up for that way, so it kind of restricted how much workable areas there was on Grizzly Mountain, but it was still possible to do some. But as I said, yeah, I don't think I'll do anything on that map, simply because of the fact I'm not going to finish one of the other series by the 7th of January, and I'm sure by the time I do come to finish one there'll be some other stuff out to have a go on. Agri Tomo, will Stevie start streaming soon? I don't know. Stevie, do you have any plans to start streaming?
Not at the minute anyway.
Not at the moment. Maybe in the future, who knows. We'll go and get that little bit in the middle. Have you pretty much caught up with me?
Yeah, I'm going to follow you around the field now.
Okay, so you're literally bale chasing. That wrapper does definitely seem a lot faster than it did in 19.
It's way faster, alright, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that really annoyed me in was how slow some of the bale wrappers were in 19. Even when you speed it up like times 10 in the time lapse, it just seems so slow. Big Rich,
Yeah,
hey, how are
very
you?
slow ones arrived.
Say that again, sorry.
I said there was some slow rappers alright in FS19.
Yeah, I think the one 4D modding did. Oh god, that was horrendously slow. It was a nice bale. I think it was the little McHale, also the Lizard branded version. But yeah, that was. I know it's one of those things where modders make their mods as realistic as possible. But for me, I think the time of things like that could just be a little on the unrealistic side to help speed things up. Caleb saying he's currently editing his video. Nice. I don't currently have face cam because I'm still waiting for my green screen I ordered from Amazon in the Black Friday sale, which still hasn't been dispatched, and the last update I got was that apparently they're still trying to source one, even though it said it was in stock when I ordered it. So I'm presuming they just took far too many orders, more than what stock they actually had, and unfortunately my order was one that didn't get allocated the actual stock they had at the time. So yeah, I'm still waiting for that, and I also want to do my kind of face reveal video first as well. But yeah, I will have the webcam up and running soon, hopefully. I have got my webcam at the moment. It's pointed up at the ceiling, but I've just got too much rubbish in the background. So yeah, I want to get my green screen sorted first. Stormcall saying I used to change the innie settings. Yeah, I did on, I think it was the Ursus bale wrapper that Giants released on 19. I adjusted the time on that to lower it down, but I didn't always use that, and I just couldn't be bothered to change the others. Jesse saying, hey Sim, do you ever get people ask why you play Farm Simulator? Nope. I will admit, the first time I ever started playing FS15, I wouldn't have admitted to actually playing it. It's that kind of thing. It's like, is it a bit sad playing the farming simulator game? And then after a while you start enjoying it to the point where I don't care if people know. I enjoy it, I find it relaxing. I remember when I was playing it on the Xbox and my wife came home, and she was like, "Are you really playing a game where you're driving a combine harvester?" I was like, yes. Little did I know when was that? FS15 came out in 2014, was it? I didn't buy it straight away, so it had been out a while, so it's probably mid 2015, so probably around June 2015 when I was playing it. So yeah, what's that, 7 years later, now like kind of doing Farming Simulator for pretty much a full-time job. So yeah, I never imagined I would end up doing YouTube and just playing Farm Simulator for a living. Crazy to think about that now. PC player Malk saying the looks and comments you get off those who don't understand us. Yeah. Oh, just completely missed a bit. Yeah, there are some people that would just look at Farm Simulator and like, oh my god, how do people play that? Right, we are, oh no, I've missed a bit. Completely missed the whole section here. Thought we was finished. Yeah, I don't, at the moment, where I am now, I don't care if people know, if people think I'm sad for playing Farm Simulator. I really don't care. It's like I've always said, do what you enjoy doing. Don't don't let anyone get to you because they kind of don't like what you're doing. It's not for them, so be it. If you enjoy it, go for it. There's too many times in the past where I've kind of shied away some things because you get that kind of worry about what other people may think of you if you do things like model railway. When I first started doing that, a lot of people kind of think you're a bit sad for doing stuff like that, and I enjoy it, so I'm just going to enjoy it no matter what people think. People think I'm sad for doing it, then so be it. I don't care, to be honest. I've got better things to worry about than what people think. So, and as like I say with farm sim as well, don't let anyone tell you you're playing the game wrong because the way you're playing it. You play it how you enjoy it. If you want to go use auto load trailers, do unrealistic things, you know, connect balers up to the back of combine harvesters so you can bale straw as it comes out the harvester, connect balers up to the back of the Krona Big M if it's possible in 22, I don't know. Don't let anybody tell you it's stupid, you're wrong for doing it. If you enjoy doing it that way, you go ahead, you do it, have fun with it, enjoy it, play it the way you want to do, because at the end of the day it's a game, you play it to enjoy it. There's no little point in playing it if you're not enjoying it. I get comments all the time about people saying, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. It's like, this is the way I play the game. Just because it's different to how you do it doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's like with the round baling, you get so many comments, oh, you should buy a square baler. Well, I'm the one that's doing the work, not you, you're just watching. I don't understand those people that seem to get irate because I'm using a round baler or I'm loading bales manually, not using auto load or something. It's like, you've only got to sit back, relax and enjoy the video. You haven't got to worry about doing the work yourself. Let me do that. If I want to plough a large field with a 2 metre plough, then let me get on with it. Practical Play saying hey to you. Isaac saying you got steel toe boots last Xmas, and so people quit bullying me. Yeah, give him a good kick. Caleb saying he loves playing the snow. I enjoy doing the snow ploughing. I just find it so frustrating that literally as soon as you finish, the whole snow can disappear off the map. I wished, and I was really hoping they'd improve the snow in a way that it kind of gradually melted away rather than just bump, completely all gone. I still think the snow in general is a little bit poor. It could be a lot better. So what we'll do now, we'll just get these bales shifted out the way and then we can plough in there another new field. So we'll do the same thing. Once these are fermented, we'll take them to sell. But I'm not worried about doing that now, so we'll do them when they're ready. Gamer Doing saying Happy New Year. I enjoy Farm Sim 2 and find it relaxing. Yep, that's the main reason why I enjoyed it so much. Was when I started playing it, I was still pretty much recovering from my head injury. So I had a lot of time on my hand to sit around doing nothing, and I found Farm Sim 15. I could just lose hours and hours playing it, and it is probably one of the most repetitive games because you are pretty much doing the same thing over and over and over again. But it didn't bother me. I literally just get lost in the game, and I found it really helped me just kind of help take my mind off things, forget about all the worries I had at the time. Yeah, and that's pretty much one of the big reasons why I've really got into it, and still enjoy playing it now for the same reasons. McPlay saying, hey Sim, any plans of making more farm builder videos? I do have more plans at the moment. I kind of want to keep on top of the time-lapse series, and it's been difficult to try and find that spare time to do any extra videos. I'm hoping when I've got my new PC built, because I should massively be able to increase my workflow with my new internet connection and the new PC, which should drastically speed up rendering times and stuff. That should really help me be able to increase my workflow and get more stuff done. So having the two PCs that are capable of rendering videos, I can record another video while the other PC is rendering a video. So that's drastically going to help me a lot. So yeah, I do plan on doing quite a few more. I know, turned too fast. But again, I can't promise when at the moment. But hopefully it won't be too long. Isaac saying, hey Sim, did you make it so you started with 0 cash? In this stream, yeah, we started with no money. I started with just the Mahindra. So yeah, the start in the live streams was exactly the same as how I started the time-lapse series. So I had the Mahindra, chainsaw, Area 26 and the biomass heating plant. So I started on the exact same save game for the stream. Everything after the start just went different. Fun to say, more stuff sounds good. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to eventually getting the new PC and the internet, because it's going to make my life so much easier. I've spent a lot of money on getting the PC and all the other stuff, but I think it's worth the investment at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys will as well. Push those over a little bit if I can. Get that struck down. Hopefully it hasn't struck the barrel grab. Nope. Harold saying, Sim, do you ever plan on making a video with your subs? Yeah, in the future, because I'll have the better internet connection, it'll be better for me to do multiplayer with more people on. So I do plan on doing some stuff on multiplayer, because I'll also have a like a community server. So from next week, hopefully, I should have 2 servers, one for like a public community server, and then I'll have a separate one for doing the live streams on. So yeah, in the future I will try and look at doing some like multiplayer time-lapse videos with people on. Just, it's one of those things that I've just got to hope that the people that do join aren't going to just mess around. James, will you make a video of building the PC? No. Oh, I missed a bit of grass there as well. How did I miss that bit? Don't think there's enough for a bale. I would like to do a video of the PC, but I'm no expert when it comes to PCs and building things. So I know if I was to put up a video of me building my PC, I would probably get ripped to shreds by experts and a lot of people. I just don't have the confidence to put a video up of me building a PC. I just could imagine I'd probably be bombarded with comments calling me an idiot and stuff for doing things the wrong way or stuff. So yeah, I don't have the confidence in my ability to do a video of it. Steve H saying he's totally agree with the opinion on snow, extremely underwhelming. Just hit 362 hours played, nice. Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit better with the snow, to be honest. It does seem definitely something Giants need to really work on. Hopefully with future versions of the game they can improve on it a little bit. It would be great to see snow like in SnowRunner. Have nice proper deep snow that you can get stuck in, and you actually probably get some proper decent snow tracks when you drive through it. Because at the moment it's just, yeah, it is a bit underwhelming. So you spend half an hour ploughing it, clearing the snow, and then it all just disappears, and it's just like, well, that was a waste of time. Does anyone know if there's an auto-load trailer for pallets? I don't think there's one for pallets yet. There's the Roland pack. Is that on console? I think it is now. The auto-load bales. I don't think there's anything for pallets just yet. I'm sure there will be, because there was quite a few for 19. Because they managed to work out how to adjust the in-game scripting to get it to work with pallets. So I've no doubt there will be some for 22, but how long there will be, I don't know. Can't say for definite for console players. Downside to this bale trailer, it's a bit too much of a tight squeeze to fit the 150s all the way along. Can you get it in? I'll try unstrapping them for you so you can push them over a bit. Is he gonna go? Let's give him a helping hand. Just roll this bale across for him. There we go. Yeah, the Roland pack is on console, right? Is that the one with the auto load? I presume it is, because it's I'm pretty sure it's on crossplay as well. Calvin, he agrees the snow was better in FS19. I'm pretty sure there will be a Seasons Plus mod. Can't say for definite, and I haven't seen anything yet from Realismus Modding whether they're going to do anything, but I would be very surprised if there isn't some kind of Seasons Plus mod that expands on the base game Seasons. It may take a while for that to come out if there is going to be one, but yeah, I think there will be, because the current Seasons in game is fairly basic Seasons, although I do love having it from like the start of the game. It's good to have season cycles and that in there from the get-go, so we're not waiting for a Seasons mod, because I do prefer playing with Seasons running than without. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be a more advanced Seasons at some point. Steve H saying he built his own PC, mostly Corsair components, liquid cooled radiator, spent 2.5k on it. Yeah, Corsair crystal case, nice. Yeah, I've got my new PC, I've got a Corsair 7000X iQ RGB case, the Corsair Elite LCD liquid cooler, I think it's the H50i. I think that's it for Corsair on the new one. Yeah, the RAM I'm getting isn't Corsair. I've currently got Corsair RAM in my current build, and also a Corsair power supply unit. But I've gone for the Asus ROG Swift power unit this time. So I've got slightly larger as well, 1000 watt, for my new huge RTX 3080 Ti graphics card, which is absolutely humongous. I thought the 2080 Ti was big compared to like the 1080, and 3080 Ti is just absolutely humongous. Flyer fan, is there any way to remove the rocks that are on the map without removing them all with the sign? No. Unfortunately, the only way you can remove them is with the sign. I don't think you can demolish them. No. Hopefully we'll get the map object hider mod come out on 22, which will have the ability to remove them without having to remove all of them. Steve H saying sounds nice, mate. It's going to look smart. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I've got the liquid coolers. You can adjust the LCD screen to show different things, so you can put your own custom logo on there. And then the graphics card's got the an LCD screen on the side as well, which you can use for monitoring temperature and that. But you can also put custom graphics and stuff on there as well. The Hillbillies just subscribed, thank you very much for that. So I can have like my logo on the liquid cooler, and then it's saying Sim Farmer on the side of the graphics card, which nobody's going to see other than me and in the video of the setup tour, but I think it'll look pretty sleek. I just need to get my motherboard and the rest of the stuff delivered so I can actually get it built. I'm hoping it arrives by the end of next week. Which brand? It's Gigabyte. I literally... There was 3 different ones I wanted to try and get, and that was literally the only one I could find. I know I've overpaid for it, but it was either that or nothing, basically. I wasn't prepared to settle on a lesser graphics card just for the sake of getting one. So yeah, it's that kind of thing. I know I've paid probably £200-300 more than what it would have been, but yeah. Oh, there was limited options. Don't tip up. Right. Yeah, so it is a roll halfway across the room to get the box for it. It is an Aurorus Master TI Master 380 Ti something or another. I was considering getting a 3090, but I think for what I'm doing, I think that would be a little bit too much, like unnecessary for what I do. Because FS ain't going to push a 3080 Ti, let alone a 3090, and they was like £700-800 more. So it's like, yeah, I'm not spending that much more. Caleb saying he's almost done with editing, nice. Big Rich saying Slick needs a weight loss. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it just seems perfectly fine, and then you get that over time where you just lift it slightly wrong and it starts to tip up the tractor. But it definitely is on the could possibly do with the weight on when doing bales. Darcy Reed saying, hey Sim Farmer, you're my apologies, you're my favourite YouTuber, mate. Thank you for that. What case do you have? Currently Corsair RGB something or another. You'll have to go back to look in the PC specs link down below for the current case, but the new one is a 7000X IQ RGB, so it comes with 4 of the Corsair Elite fans, RGB fans in the case already, and the control module for those as well. How much time do you spend on one episode of No Man's Land? Currently my average for No Man's Land is around about 4 hours each episode, because I keep going over my usual 2.5 hours. Sinead saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Isaac saying he's very clumsy and have stitches and staples. Yeah, I don't like hospitals. Yeah, definitely not a place a lot of people don't like having to go. So my last experience of a hospital properly was waking up in one, not knowing where the hell I was. So that was kind of a surreal experience. See if we can try and just balance this one on the end. Oh, it's just that little bit too high when you get to this high. In theory, this front loader's way too big for this tractor. It's could have really done with a smaller one, but because we was doing the logs, having that extra reach is a little bit more beneficial. So we went for the slightly larger front loader. But as you can see, it's way too big for this tractor. It's like, looks ridiculous. When did you get a wrapper here in No Man's Land? The bale wrapper we got a few streams ago. This is a separate No Man's Land to the time-lapse series, so if you're wondering where it was in the time-lapse series, this is completely separate. Isaac saying his Mobo is an Asus PL5D2. I have no idea what that is. My current one is a Gigabyte Aurorus Master. My new one is a Asus, I think it's a ROG Strix or ROG Swift. Never know the difference between Strix and Swift. But it's a Hero, I think it's a ROG Strix or Swift Hero gaming motherboard, something. I can never remember the full names of things. CPU using Intel E2222 dual core. Big Rich saying he baled hay last night for 3 hours. Nice. Well, that was a lot of bales then for 3 hours of baling. Toast TV, what was your accident? I had a accident at work, which I had a head injury. I had a metal object fly off a machine and basically smashed me in the face and head. So I had fractured my right eye socket and fractured my skull. Had a bleed on the brain and a few other injuries like broken nose, broken jaw. So yeah, it was a pretty nasty accident. Last few bales and then we can get another field ploughed in. Just Big Rich saying he was bored. Storm Core, can you take a look at the used? Yes, good idea, as we haven't looked for a while. Still nothing new. Maybe in the morning. It's getting dark now. We'll probably skip through the night and then take a look in the morning. I think we'll leave the bales from the trailer for now, because I definitely ain't gonna get the third row on. Unless Stevie wants. Oh, he's got the weight on the back, so he might be able to do a better job than me. Yeah, ouch. Not ouch for me. I literally cannot remember a thing at all. All I remember from my accident was being at work. We was working on one of the presses, doing a maintenance job. I remember hearing a noise that instantly to me sounded unusual. I turned back to look at the machine to see what was that, that didn't sound right, and that's the last thing I remember. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in hospital a couple of weeks later, very groggy and drowsy. And I think it was another 3 days after coming round in hospital before I could fully realise where I was and what had happened. So that was just over eight years ago. 8 years ago in December. So yeah, it's been a while. I still have various problems as a result of the head injury, but I know how fortunate I am that I'm still here, and I know I could have far worse problems as well. So what do you use to edit your videos? I am mainly, well, up until last week I was using Vegas Pro 16. I literally just upgraded to Vegas Pro 19 the other day, so I'm now using Vegas Pro 19 for editing. Hence the reason for the slight little mishap in the Elm Creek video where that one clip re-looped 3 times, because I was using Vegas 19 for the first time to edit the video. The way you speed up the tracks in Vegas Pro is you add a track envelope, which then you can speed up the percentage. But what it does is when you speed up the percentage of how fast the track is, so you increase the envelope to like 800% for times 8, it doesn't adjust the total size of the video clip. It loops the clip over again several times to fit in that clip. So then what you have to do is trim it down, because that clip was such a short clip, I didn't quite see where the markers were to where to trim it properly. So I got the wrong one, and I never even noticed until it had been uploaded that it'd re-looped that clip 3 times. I was like, oh. Big Rich saying, "We survivors, God bless our wives." Yeah, I can only imagine what it must have been like for my wife. She was at work, she was a school teacher at the time, so she got literally pulled out of her class by someone, like called her to the office. So at the time then she just thought, someone needs me in the office for something, so she goes down to the school office where she's greeted by 2 police officers who are like, "Are you Kirsty?" Just giving my wife's say my wife's name on, like, yeah, Kirsty. She's like, you know, "Your husband so and so, Sim Farmer, your husband." Not like that was me at the time. She's like, she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You need to come with us." So she literally got taken out of work. I rushed to the hospital under like the blue light by police to get to the hospital in time, because they didn't know if I was going to survive. So that must have been, I can't even imagine what that would be like. I think there's one more bale just hiding behind that rock. So yeah, I can only imagine it would have been pretty scary. Not knowing the outcome of what was going to happen. I was a maintenance engineer at a scrapyard, or what they like to call these days as a metal recycling company, although technically it's still just a scrapyard. I think it's one of those things with scrapyard doesn't sound very appealing when you say your company's a scrapyard. So yeah, they like to call it metal recycling companies these days. Yeah, I was a maintenance engineer working on the plant machinery. So at the time I was doing changing the seals on a hydraulic ram, cylinder ram. So we were stripping the cylinder down, ready to take the oil seals out to change those. To disconnect the block off the end of the ram, we used to have to put a metal object in between the back of the block and the head of the crosshead of the ram or cylinder, and then pull the ram back under pressure to like push the block off. That's when the accident happened. So I don't know how it exactly happened, but yeah. So generally what was a fairly routine maintenance job ended in anything but. Big Rich saying my wife is very protective of me now. Yeah, mine is the same. She hated it when I tried to go back to work. So I spent I was off work for around about 2 years in total. I'm just going to park this over there. Yeah, so it was about 2 years I was off work in total, and I spent about 6 months or so doing rehabilitation at a special brain injury clinic in Birmingham. And then after that they did a lot of work on me to try and help me get back into work. So I eventually tried to go back because I'd been off work for nearly 2 years. I was struggling for money because I hadn't been paid. I was desperate to just try and get some money. The easiest option at the time was to try and go back to my previous job, which I didn't really want to do, but I didn't see any other option. And I tried to go back to work, and my wife really didn't like it. She was constantly worrying, which I can imagine, because after going through that, there is that worry all the time that it's going to happen again. So yeah, pretty scary. But after a few months of trying to go back to work, I just found I couldn't do it. I was struggling too much with mental fatigue. So in the end, I just had to say there's no way I can go back full time. Right, we want the plow, don't we? Let's drop off the front loader and get the weight on. Flyer fan saying he used to work for Caterpillar in central Illinois. We have some major accidents, and it seems every month or so. Yeah, heavy plant machinery and equipment, places like that, they're dangerous places to work in. PC player Malk saying I understand why now it seems like a strange system for editing. Yeah, I briefly tried Premiere Pro on Adobe, but God, that is so different to Vegas that it's going to take me a while to learn that. It's like a whole new thing. But the way they do their speeding up video clips is a lot simpler, because you just literally right click on the clip, and then you can adjust the speed. You literally just type in how fast you want it to be, and it will adjust the whole track as one clip to that length, rather than you have to then scroll through that clip again to make sure you cut it in the right place. So there are some aspects of Adobe that seem a lot better, but because I'm so used to using Vegas, it's just so easy to use. Right, let's speed up the time, let's skip through the night so we can get some daylight and check the used equipment again. Growth Tomo saying, damn, you're a warrior. A lot of people said I was crazy to even attempt to go back to work, but I didn't see any other option at the time. Ethan saying, imagine having a wife. I can't even get a girlfriend. I'm sure you will. You'll find somebody at some point. Hunter Goat Farmer saying, I have a family that worked at John Deere. Nice. Sinner's Truth saying, cheers for all the great content. No worries. Good to see you in the chat. PC Flame Malk saying, I love Premiere Pro, but I always have YouTube open for tutorials. Yeah, I need to watch a few tutorials. I want to give it a good go, just to see if it is any better than Vegas, because I've only ever used Vegas for YouTube, and I've been using Vegas since 13, I think was the first one I ever used. So it's always been so easy to just continue using that because you know it. But I don't know if it's the best thing, if there's any advantages to Premiere Pro. So the Black Friday sale, they had a discount or an offer on for the whole Creative Cloud suite, and I already have Photoshop and Lightroom, so I had the photography package. So it was only an extra £10 a month, I think, to upgrade to the whole Creative Cloud suite. So I thought I may as well do that for a year, because I've got access then to Adobe Illustrator and all the other stuff that comes with that, so I can do some better animated graphics for the videos and stuff using that. So even if I don't get round to using it, Premiere Pro for the videos, or I find I don't like it and I prefer Vegas, I haven't lost too much on it, but I thought it was worth giving it a go at least. So let's slow that down a little bit. So we're now into October, so we need to get this field in because this is the last month we can get any crops in the ground. Also, just go and quickly check because the wheat we planted previously may have grown now. Yep, so we're going to have a few weeds in here. Oh, we've got to roll it. Never mind, it's only 2.5%. Never mind. We're not going to lose out much on that, but yeah, we need to get another layer of fertilizer on here, and also we need to get rid of the weeds. So that's another job we can do as well. Isaac saying he's back, nice. G502 say, would you say go for it with YouTube and Farm Simulator? If you've got the ability to do it and you don't have to spend any money to give it a go, then I'd say go for it, because you never know how it's going to turn out unless you give it a try. But I wouldn't say like go out and spend a load of money to get into it, because there's no guarantees. There are so many people doing YouTube, and it seems like every day there's new channels popping up doing FS content as well. So it can be hard to get going, but again, if you don't give it a go, you never know. So if you've got the spare time to put into it, if you're playing the game anyway, why not try recording what you're playing and do some videos of it and just see how it goes from there. That's pretty much all I did. Used equipment, yes, Storm, I forgot again. John Deere's still there. Nice Magnum. Again, a little bit too much for us at the moment. Ted, that wouldn't be the greatest thing for us currently because we don't have any animals, so we don't need hay. Forklift truck, yeah, not really beneficial. Header, that would be something we would be used for soon, but not quite yet. But maybe next time. I think we struck a very lucky bonus with the spreader last time. When I was contemplating like needing a spreader and one popped up, it was like the game was listening. Sinner's Truth, can I ask if the used equipment a mod? No, it's actually a base game function now, used equipment. So in 22 that is a feature of the base game, not a mod. Jacob saying Merry New Year, yep, to you too. What editing software did you start with? I started initially with I think it was the platinum version of Vegas Movie Studio, which I bought off Amazon for like £30. So it was only like the basic version of like Vegas Pro. So it's just the home edition, so just Vegas Movie Studio 13 Platinum or 14 Platinum, something like that. I started with that because it was cheap off Amazon. That was back in 2016, so long before I started this channel as well. Because I bought that for £30, I used that for about a year, and then I kept getting offers to upgrade to the newer version. Game's just lagging out, tractor's not stopping. Yeah, I got an offer to upgrade to like the newer version for like £40 or something, so I upgraded to that, and then eventually I got an offer to upgrade to Pro version for like next to nothing. Since then I think I've had 14 Pro, 15 Pro, and then I got 16 Pro, and then I didn't bother with 17 or 18. Lucas saying hello from Sweden, hey to you. Caleb saying do you have VR? No, I don't have any virtual reality stuff. Not something I've tried. Farmer Josh, hey, how are you? And Happy New Year to you. Good to see you in the chat again. He's saying hi, Sim, and everyone.
I assume we're going to do 3 small bales. That's kind of why I went with this one.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, may as well. Then we can get, obviously, get different stuff in, a bit limited, limited on what we can actually plant at the moment. We could always do one as grass, or just leave one until next year and then get one of the other crops in, so we've got some different stuff in. Well, by then we may have some other fields as well, so
yeah, I think March or April we can kind of get the likes of oats planted as well, and sorghum, I think.
yeah, April we can do oats and sorghum. We could also do cotton, so we could cotton, I mean corn, possibly. For sunflowers, corn, we can do in July. That's quite far away. We may have new fields by then to do. Yeah, we'll just do the 3 small fields and then we'll work out from there. G502, sorry, did you answer my question? You wasn't here. Which question was that? The one about YouTube or the one about the videos editing software? Right, let's get our mini map up so I can see. So we want 0 degrees. I'll just get a nice straight cut across the field. Yeah, if it was the video editing one, I started with Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum, which I think was the Platinum edition of 13, like the home edition. It was the one I started with. Big Rich saying, in my no man's land, I'm set up for cotton and wool, huge cotton fields, sorghum for chickens, 6 sheep, spinnery, sawmill, carpentry factory, tailor, and I stay busy and wealthy, lumbering around in my clothes. I can imagine with all that. Yeah, it's definitely worth getting wool and cotton if you've got the spinnery, because you can do both products at the same time. Definitely make use of the spinner rather than just doing the one. SCP Foundation, hello to you. Liam saying Happy New Year's, Happy New Year to you. Thomas saying hello from New Zealand, hey to you. And Daniel Budge saying Happy New Year. Isaac saying they should make an FS game for VR. I think they will eventually. They'll have a VR support for the game, like properly. I think Giants are still a fairly small company, so they're not a big game studio by any means, so it's probably something that they'll probably consider, but at the moment it's one of those things that on their list of priorities it's probably very low. They're saying have grown up on a farm. No, I got no real life farming experience at all. I live near a few farms, that's about it. I've never worked on a farm, grew up on a farm or anything like that. Yeah, G5, it was Sony Vegas as it was back then. It's now Magic's Vegas Pro I'm using. Yeah, it was just the home edition, which I got from Amazon for like £30–40. So it was a very basic version of Vegas Movie Studio at the time, which was good enough. Gustav saying hello from Denmark, hey to you. Boz is saying morning sim, hey to you. And Carter Otto saying hello from Michigan. Isaac saying what is that above your minimap? It's just the chat for multiplayer. It's just letting me know Stevie's posted something in there which I've been ignoring. Not intentionally, Didn't actually spot it myself. Yeah, he was just telling me the bushes make it hard to see. I don't know when that was posted, but I literally only just read it. Kayla Gutierrez saying, how do you live stream? How do I live stream? I'm using Streamlabs. So I'm streaming through Streamlabs, and then that's connected to YouTube. Isaac saying, oh. It's been there for how long? And I literally just didn't really notice it. Just saying, well, I've been on the farm since she was 2 years old. So you've grown up on a farm then. Daniel saying, have you ever seen This Farming Life in 2018? This Farming Life. I think I vaguely remember it, if it's what I'm thinking of. Can't remember for definite. I've got a memory like a sieve. I can rewatch films that I've seen multiple times, and sometimes it's like watching it for the first time because I've pretty much forgotten 90% of what happened in it. And the Rinnever saying, hey, finally caught a stream, what's going on, cheers. Thanks for joining. Kayla saying I subscribe. I appreciate it if you do. Caleb, when's your next No Man's Land time lapse? Tomorrow. So it will be Sunday and Monday. So not sure what episode we're up to now. So I've got one uploaded for tomorrow, and then I've got another one to edit for Monday. Daniel Budge TV show. I can't remember for definite. I don't think I saw it, but I think I remember seeing something about it and thinking, oh, that's something I need to watch, and then I never got around to actually watching it. PC Play Mount, can you use Streamlabs for capture? You can record on Streamlabs. There's an option to record, but I think OBS is better for like recording videos than Streamlabs. I think Streamlabs is literally more for like better for live streaming than recording videos on, but there is the option there. But I would recommend just standard OBS, which is completely free. Where Streamlabs, you do have to pay a subscription to unlock certain benefits to it. Right, Stevie's just going to finish that, so while I'm sitting here just yakking away, we'll start ploughing in enough field over here, and then Stevie can start doing one at the top. We're just going to do one smaller field either side of these rocks. Yeah, I've watched Clarkson's farm on Amazon. I enjoyed that. It was good to see like his perspective of having to go at farming. And yeah, Caleb on there was absolutely a legend. He was so funny. I'm really looking forward to season 2. That should be a good watch. Yeah, it's typical Jeremy Clarkson getting a Lamborghini tractor that's way too big for his farm. But I wouldn't expect anything less from him, to be honest. I don't know if Giants plan to add the Lamborghini tractors to the game. 'Cause I believe the Lamborghini was a DLC for FS15, if I remember correctly. It was then, I think it was base game in 17, or some of it was. I didn't do that very well, did I? I'll straighten up a little bit better and have another crack at this. Yeah, they released it as mods in 19 on the mod hub. But I think they're quite old models now if they're from 15, so I don't know if Giants are going to re-release those. But I'm sure somebody will edit them and put them on ModHub. It's not me going off too much, it's because the grass it's not cut straight. It's confusing me. Can you buy a semi-truck? No need to buy one at the moment, so it would be not something that would be overly beneficial to us currently. It would be useful, but we'd be far better off spending the money on something else than a semi-truck at the moment, because we can pull trailers with tractors, so it's that kind of thing where it would be nice to have, but I just don't see the point in spending the money on one currently, but we will get one eventually. Let's just get rid of this little tree if I can. Come on. There we go. Lionel's saying he would love Giants to add Volvo machines, both new and old. Yeah, there's lots of brands that could still add to the game. But it's the difficulty in them getting the licensing for different stuff, and then also they probably don't want to have too many crossovers with certain equipment. But we won't cut too far over there because we can use that space for possibly getting some animal pens or something. Dar saying, who or what got you into farm simulator games? Literally, I was just sat at home playing the Xbox because I was off work. I was literally bored. I was just scrolling through the Xbox store to see what was on there, and I come across Farming Simulator 15, and I didn't get it straight away. I saw it and it was like, I don't know if it was any good, because I'd never played a farming simulator game before, so it was also being out of work, didn't have much money at the time as well. I think it was around about £30 at the time on the Xbox store. I think it might have been on a sale or something, so I kind of contemplated it for a few days of whether to get it, because I didn't want to waste £30 on a game that turned out to be absolutely rubbish. So in the end I just went for it, and it kind of just went from there. Tom was saying, what tractors do you have? At the moment we have the Massey Ferguson 5S 105, and Stevie's driving the Valtra G series. So we only have these two tractors currently. Steve H, does anyone know how to fix the header not coming off JD Harvester? I think I had that issue briefly. What was it on? I can't remember what map it was on. Yeah, I think I briefly had that issue, and I can't remember what I did to get it off. I think in the end I may have quit out the game and reloaded, if I remember right. Yeah, so I'd suggest just save the game, quit, and then reload and see if it comes off then. Because I can't remember what map it was on, but I'm pretty sure I did have that issue with the header not coming off the combine. PC Player Malk saying his first experience of FS was in the mobile versions, about 2008ish. Yeah, I've never played any of the mobile versions of the game. I always kept getting a warning. I did go to when I was on holiday to install one, but it gave me a warning about the game. So I was like, yeah, I know it's from Giants, but for some reason my phone's telling me warning about the app that it's dodgy. So I never bothered with it. Still cool saying, Steve H, I would say restart the game. Yeah. Demetrius saying, when did you bought that tractor and plough? The plough we got in the last stream. This tractor we had from the second stream, third, yeah, I think second stream. This is completely separate to the time-lapse series, so we don't have the John Deere. It's a completely separate series. if that's why you're wondering why we've got different equipment. So you haven't missed anything from the time-lapse series. Don't worry about that. Christian's saying the Lamborghini from FS15 is basically a Deutz X720. Boz is saying my first experience with FS15 Gold Edition on PC. From memory, either that or the previous version of mobile. Yeah, my first PC version of the game was the Platinum Edition of 17. So up until then I was just playing on Xbox. Hey, I'm going to say AA Gaming. I think that's what you said your name was. I may be getting you confused with somebody else. But hey, made it to the stream, nice one. Agro Tomo saying I've played most of the mobile versions and none of them have given me a phone virus as well. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine it would, but it's probably one of those things. The certificate for the game at the time probably hadn't been updated or something on the Play Store, so it was just flagging it up. Kayla saying, what are you doing? We're creating three new fields. One we've done. Stevie's just doing another one over there and I'm doing one here. So after this we'll get some lime spread and then we'll get some crops in these fields. What time are we? So just 10 past 10, so got about 50 minutes left. So yeah, we'll try and get these two planted with crops in before we finish up. Yeah, I got it right, nice one. I said I'd try and remember, but I'd probably forget, but I'm glad I remembered correctly. Darth, did you see a Facebook post from Black Sheep modding the old stream farm? Looks good. Yep, I did see that. And it's a map I've not played on before. So yeah, possibly one I will have a look at doing, depending when it comes out and where I am with other series. Kaylee saying, do you like NLE chopper? I'm not sure what that is. I'm probably just not remembering what it actually is correctly. Nico saying hello, hey to you. Cheer Bear saying, did you change the font you used in your videos? Yes. No, it's the same font, it just I think it's a little bit bigger, and I've changed the shadow on it to make it a little bit clearer, because the shadow I was using before kind of looked yeah, it didn't make the text look very clean. It kind of muddied the text a little bit, so I tried to sharpen up the shadow on it to make it a little bit easier and clearer to see. But the main reason for doing that was because when I switched to the new video editor, I had to recreate my text template, because the one I was using in the previous editor didn't transfer over correctly. So I decided to just change it a little bit. Dimitri's saying, can you tell what you have done in this world? Yes, for those who haven't seen, I'll stop that a little bit. Let me just switch on GS player flight mode so we can go flying in the air. Whee! So far we've done these 3 fields here. We've cut the grass, baled the grass and wrapped all the bales up before we did that. We've got water towering, 2 greenhouses here which are both producing lettuce. So we've got our first couple of pallets of lettuce there. That one looks like it needs more water. Don't know how that one does and that one doesn't. Okay, that's a bit odd. I'm sure I filled 7,500 litres in both, did I not? Somebody tell me, did I not fill up both of them the same? Did I fill one more than the other? I can't remember. Unless Stevie filled one up. Did you fill one of the greenhouses up, Stevie?
No,
No. Okay, one's completely out of water and the other one's still got like 5,000 litres left. Yeah, so we built 2 greenhouses, one which I'll go and top up now because we're running through time and not producing anything. Got a couple of sheds in, a little workshop, so we can repair our equipment here rather than having to worry about going to the store. Little diesel fuel tank, pressure washer. And then last time we ploughed in a field over here. So this has currently got wheat growing in it. So it's a fairly large field actually. So that was all ploughed in last time. We got some lime on that. We do need to fertilise and get rid of the weeds. Cut down most of the trees in the area of land we own there. We do own all this area of grass as well, which we did previously cut and bale for silage, all that area. And then over here on area 22, which we purchased last time, Stevie started cutting a few logs, trees down before we started streaming to get some stuff ready. So we do now own most of this forest for us to work at. So whenever we need to top up the bank account, we've got, oops, I need to turn off flight mode. We've got a area of forest we can just nip over to and start cutting some trees down for some money when we need it. I'll just drop that off. I'm going to go and fill up the greenhouse because we're losing out on production. Darcy saying love your videos, catch you later and have a great 2022. Yes, you too, and thanks for stopping by to watch. Agro Tomo, does anyone know how to fix the glitch with the Lexian 8900 combine where it just keeps flipping a couple of 100 metres in the air? Oops. Drive into a rock. Oh no, stuck. No idea personally with that one, Agri. Not one I've come across. The old stream is legendary to us V farmers. It's worth your attention to him. Yeah, I looked at doing it in 19, and it's another one of those. It just came out at the wrong time for me. But I do like the look of the map. It does look like a really nice map to have a go on. So it is definitely one I will consider, and hopefully it comes out at a time that I can fit it in. Oh, I need to switch this on again. Oh, I turned off flight mode already. I turned it back on thinking I was turning it off. Big rich I call trees money in the bank. Yeah, that's why we bought that area. It's like a piggy bank. It's like going cash in your piggy bank a little bit when you need some money. Although we could do with getting a tree planter soon and replanting some trees so they can start actually growing. Isaac saying, is it 1611? No, if you look at the very top of my screen now, you may just be able to work it out if I put it there. So that is the current time for me. So 10:15. Darth saying bye bye. Oh, I read that one. Steve H saying he reloaded the game many times past 2 weeks. It remains stuck on. Resetting removes it until I connect it again. That's weird. Which John Deere is that? 80% of the modding is done. Yeah, I did see the post on Facebook earlier because I do follow Black Sheep modding. So I do some really nice stuff for FS. Yeah, so it's obviously it's got to get submitted to Giants when they've finished it, so it may still be a month or so off before they get to that point, and then it's got to go through testing and that before it gets released. So I've got a feeling it may come a little bit too early, depending where I am, so I might not be able to start on it straight away. But we'll see. That's not the one I needed to fill up, is it? Nope. We'll fill them both up to the top this time. Is the Water Terror PC mod? No, it's specific to No Man's Land. Why do I reset this every time? No, stop. There we go. Yeah, the water tower is specific to No Man's Land, but it may be included in the separate buildings pack that Alien Gym's going to release. I'm not sure if it will or when that will be out, but PC player Mark saying this feed is 30 seconds delayed. Yeah, that's pretty normal. I think about 10 to 30 seconds is pretty normal for a delay on YouTube streams. It's why sometimes the chat is a lot faster, so it takes a while for me to come through on the video responding to comments after they've been posted, although I'm pretty much responding to them as soon as they pop up. There's probably a few hundred, not thousand mods. Wait, yeah, I think there's 3,000 mods been submitted to Giant so far for 22. But they did say there was 90% of mods that was testing were failing. Big Rich saying he's going to remain quiet. Yeah, Black Sheep modding their legends as well. BLM, Black Sheep modding, do you mean? Yeah, they do some really nice stuff. They've done some really nice maps as well. I've really wanted to have a go on, like the Valley of the Old Farm and stuff. But yeah, so definitely need to try and get on one this time round. Tomcat saying, "Hey Sim, what tractor are you thinking of buying next?" For a next tractor, I think something around about 250 horsepower, which is quite a big jump up. But because of like the seed drills, which I'm finding is a real pain at the moment on most maps, is you've got like these little seed drills which are like 4 meters. Well, that's 220 horsepower for a 4 meter seed drill, and that one's 165 for like 3 meter. So it's like you've got nothing in between. You've got a big jump in seed drills. To go up to 4 meter, you need 220 horsepower. 6 meter, 300 horsepower. The seed drills, crazy. 6 meter, that one's 210. So that one's 270 for a 6 meter. It's that kind of. I wish there was something in between that had a lower horsepower requirement that was a little bit bigger. I know we've got a few mods now. We've got these which are super handy, but it's still limited on mods. So something that's capable of pulling a 6 meter seed drill at least. 8 meters not bad for 240. So something around about 250 horsepower for the next tractor, which will probably put us in the medium, high end of the medium. So I don't have anything particular. It probably depends what comes up in store. So that's 287. 6R I think goes up to 300. Yeah, 300 for a 6R. T7s, that's capable. So it'll probably be one of the larger ends of the medium tractors. But as I don't have a specific one at the moment. I think when the time comes, or if something pops up in the mod hub, a 724 wouldn't be bad, because that's 246. So yeah, I don't have anything planned specifically, but yeah, we'll see what comes up in the used equipment, or if not, then we'll probably put a vote in the chat about what brand to get when we've got the money. Anders, thank you very much for the subscription. AA Gaming saying, what do you mean, Rich? Giants are bank robbers. Is that what you're asking? Big Rich saying he's got Tourette's, so liable to just ramble on. And no worries. Oh, come on. How can that keep switching off? Seriously, I've literally just drove over there. Come on, stay on a bit longer. Tomcat saying, yeah, I keep forgetting about the used machinery shop. Yeah. Caleb saying, sorry, I have to go. I'll be on in the next stream. Yeah, because currently if we had 200,000 to spend on a tractor, I'd probably just get that, to be honest. 370 horsepower. It's way overkill for what we need at the moment, but for 161,000 euros, I wouldn't say no to that. But at the moment, yeah, both tractors we've got at the moment do everything we need them to do, so I'd rather spend that money on getting some more stuff, equipment, because we still need to buy a combine, header, what else do we need? I don't think there's much else we need actually, is there, equipment wise? We could possibly look into getting a roller, although I'm not too fussed about rolling and mulching at the moment because it's such a small increase. But that's something we will have a look at doing, but not something I'm fussed about spending money on at the moment. I'd rather get equipment that's going to be a little bit more beneficial to us. Earthfund saying the Magnum AFS is probably his favourite tractor in the base game. Yeah, I do like the Magnums. Nice tractors. But it would get the job done, yep. It certainly would. Christian, yeah, dump trailer. Yeah, we're going to need a grain trailer. AA Gaming saying he's got a question for me. Okay, go ahead and ask away. Silage bales. Yeah, they're not ready to sell yet. 40%, so we've still got a little bit to wait for those. So yeah, that's probably around about 40-50,000 we've got in silage bales to sell. So that'll be a nice little bit of income. Which combine? Again, don't have anything specific other than because we may be lucky to get something pop up, but I don't want to get something this small because we've got that first field we ploughed in is pretty big, so I'd rather try and push for a little bit more money to get either the New Holland or the John Deere T560. So either one of those two probably, or to push the 7150. I think anything above that then's getting too expensive. Yeah, even the Tucano that I downloaded, I think going above 300,000 at the moment is going to take too long. Yeah, I would like to get either the New Holland or the John Deere, but it's going to be a while before we need it, so we've got a good few months of in-game to get there yet. So you never know, one may pop up in the chat, but we will start to save up for a combine. There's a good on Mod Hub New Holland combine for me. Yeah, I don't have, I can't get any more mods on here at the moment though. I've literally maxed out my storage space. But yeah, that's the little New Holland is the one from the base game of FS19, isn't it? The little TX something or other. That, at a pinch, if we're struggling for money, that would be a good option because it's only 55,000. But I would like to get something a little bit bigger than that. Big Rich saying the T560, yeah. Canadian Gamer just found out there is a case and New Holland 40 minutes north of where you live. Kind of cool seeing the equipment used in game in real life, yeah. Earthfund has been a member for 30 months now. Saying thanks for the content, no worries, and thank you for being a long time supporter of the channel. I really do appreciate your extra support. Stormcore saying get the New Holland since that one has a bigger header in than the new John Deere. Yeah, I'll say we've got a bit of while to decide and see how much money we've got. So, but it would be nice to get at least one of those two, rather than something a little bit smaller. So, oh, wrong one. Let's check this greenhouse now, because I'm pretty sure I put 7,500 litres in it last time. Unless I did only put like a few hundred litres in because I didn't actually fill the water trailer properly. Which somebody would probably say that's exactly what I did. Sat there rabbiting away, not noticing the water trailer wasn't filling, and then put like 500 litres in there. Why is it still not? I think I've broke my greenhouse. Well, let's deactivate that and reactivate it. No, they're still coming up. Okay. That's not something I've ever experienced before. Got a funny looking lettuce. Right, let's deactivate that and try one of the others, see if it's... Yeah, it seems to be all of them. Maybe it's just on the server, because I'm on the server, it's not showing the correct textures, even though we've actually filled it up. That's weird. Right, switch that back to lettuce, because it seems to be working even though it doesn't look like it is. Okay, yeah, hopefully that fixes itself next time we come back into the server. Storm saying I managed to get the modded Lexium on a sale and the Tucano head for it. Nice. Yeah, if one of the others came up on the sale, then we'd probably just go for that, but you never know with the sales. AA Gaming, what is your opinion on FS22? I absolutely love FS22. I think it's, for me, the best version of FS so far. Even though there's a lot more that could still add to it and improve on. There's still a few bugs and glitches here and there, but yeah, I think it's a really good game compared to the others. I do really like it. And with mods it's only going to get better as well. Isaac, I just used automatic shifting yet. Adam saying enjoying the stream, playing FS22 on another screen, nice one. Storm saying if you want two real cheap combines, then get the class dominator. Yeah, if we go for 2 combines, at the moment I'm not too fussed about getting 2 individual combines, because one of us can do like the grain carting, unloading, then we can swap over. So if we both have a combine, then we've both got to keep jumping out to unload and or stuff like that. So I'm trying to think what I'm doing. Stevie's finished liming that first field, or did you run out of lime? I've run out. I'll start sowing. I'll do barley in this next one. I'll really do with some seed as well. Oh, just me thinking out loud. Forest saying, sup boys, happy 2022. New year to you. Tomcat saying he's BRB. Agri Tom saying it would be cheaper to use 2 TX40 new. Yeah, it would be. The Big Bang Sniper, welcome to Farm Manager level channel membership. Presuming as your blue level, you've upgraded from farm hand. Yeah, possibly 2 smaller combines would be cheaper and would work out quicker. It's a bit like having the 2 smaller seed drills. Technically it's like having one 8 meter with 2 of us going. So yeah, it is an option to do that, and that would be cheaper than buying 1 larger combine, but yeah, we'll see. I'll put it into the chat when the time comes on what we should do. Right, where are we? Got 30 minutes left. Right, I was considering if it was worth getting one of these. 16,000, we can't afford it anyway. Get one of those just to get some seed up here. Right, let's scratch doing that. I'm going to get the front loader on. We'll take, can't take the bale trailer down to pick up some seed bags because we've got all the bales on it. Right. How much is the big bag handler? Where are we? Front loaded tools. Big bag lifter dual. Right, let's buy one of those and get 2 big bags of seed. That should be enough to get both of those fields done. So we'll just drop off the weight. I'm going to put that on the back because no doubt those 2 big bags will be far too heavy for this little tractor. AA Gaming, there's about 30 minutes left, but possibly as the last few streams have gone slightly over, it may be a little bit longer. What I want to try and do is get a crop into those 3 fields to finish off with, because October is the last chance we've got of planting anything now until next year. Come then, anyway, we'll probably get another area of land and get some more fields. So we'll try and get those done today before we finish up. Nazek, are you filling up your tools at the shop silo? Or do you buy? I'm just buying the lime. We're filling up from the farm shop because it's like super cheap. For seed and stuff, just buying big bags because we've got 2 seed drills. I don't want to have to drive down with 1 seed drill, and we don't have a grain trailer to fill up with seed or anything like that, so it's easy for me to just get 2 big bags and drive back with both of those on the front loader at the moment. I imagine seed is probably, I don't know if that's a lot cheaper from the farm shop. I imagine it probably is as well, but this is going to save a little bit of time. So we've got 340 watching still. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. It does help a little bit in the YouTube algorithm. AA Games saying he'll be right back, no worries. Big Rich, how do you know when you maxed out your placements? Dropping frames, memory loss. Yeah, I just used to judge it by performance, so once I started getting like really bad FPS drops in areas, then I knew I was kind of pushing my computer at that point. So it's time to start spreading things out a little bit more. If you're on PC now, if you actually go into I think it's the game save file, I can't remember which XML file it is, but one of the XMLs actually shows you how many slots you've used on PC. I don't think it did that before in 19, so you can kind of judge it based on that. If I think, is it the next gen, like Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 have 5,000 or 3,000 slots on their systems. So if you're close to using like 3,000 slots worth of stuff, and then based on what RAM you've got in your system compared to a next gen console, you'll know if you're starting to get somewhere close to pushing the limit on your setup. Tomcat, do I still have FS19? Yes, I own the Steam version, so I'll always own like the license to 19 on Steam. I do still have it installed at the moment. Because I haven't got round to uninstalling it, but I won't be installing it on my new PC. So yeah, I still do have it and all the mods currently. Rich saying he will go and have a look. And yeah, Forest saying smash that like button, but don't smash it so hard you damage your equipment. How do you make your YouTube banner art? I make my YouTube banner art on Photoshop. YouTube banner art is random, or say it's really weird the size you have to do. So if you search on Google for search Google for YouTube banner size, it will give you the exact size, and there's a few templates you can download that you can work off, because you have to do it a lot larger than what you can actually see. So because it covers all different platforms, so the banner has to be viewed on mobile, tablets, PC and TVs. So the banner shows up completely different on each one. So there's certain areas of the banner that can only be viewed on mobile, so you need to make sure all your main stuff is within that little area. So PC you can see slightly more, and then on TV you can actually see the whole YouTube banner, which is quite big actually, but it's just dead space. So on mine I've got the little strip that goes across with all the images on, all the information's in the centre, and then if you actually viewed it on a TV you would see that above the actual banner and below is just all trees. It's like a screenshot from Wilhelmina Forest, I think. Right, so we'll just drop these off here. No, I don't want to connect that. I want to disconnect the other one. Steve H saying, I just want to say I'm a very critical viewer, and I have watched all the FS YouTubers, and you, Mr. Sim, are the best in my opinion, and least annoying. Keep it up, mate. Thank you. I do try my best. As I've said in some early streams, I know there's a lot of people that won't like me, my style of play, but I know that there's going to be a lot of people that do, and it's that there's always someone for everyone on YouTube. So whatever style of play you are, whatever kind of streamer you're into, if you're into the really over the top, really full-on streamers, then there's plenty of those out there. If you're looking for someone that's not quite that, then there's plenty of those as well. I'll get that back on the front, actually, it will help. Tomcat saying, oh, so I love the farm build videos, watch people build farms on here. Time lapse is my favourite thing. Yeah, I enjoy doing them, and I really wanted to have done a lot more. Kind of a bit annoyed I haven't done as many as I wanted to do, but there will be more to come. What Photoshop do I use? I use the current version from Creative Cloud, which is a subscription based version. Previously I think it was £20 a month for access to that, and Lightroom as their photography package. Jack saying, when did you start stream? Start the stream at 7:30 UK time, so that was 8:30 Central Europe, so coming up to 3.5 hours since we started. Adam, do you watch Dagwin? I don't watch Dagwin anymore. I haven't watched any of Dagwin's stuff since very early FS19. I used to watch pretty much all of his stuff long before I started my channel. Set this to barley. Get that switched on. Yeah, I haven't watched any of his stuff. I think the last stuff of Dagwin's I watched was I think a few videos on Marwell Manor on FS19. Since then I haven't really watched anything. Big Rich saying we're not on Discoveries. Yeah, Apparently that caused a bit of a... Although I kind of missed, because the chat had gone, like, scrolled down for me, so I couldn't work out what he was talking about. I didn't watch any of the survival roleplay stuff, because roleplay for me is not my kind of thing. It's not something it's not something I'm into personally, roleplay on Farm Simulator. I'd rather much watch a real life farmer do YouTube videos and watch somebody do roleplay stuff. So it's not for me. Yeah, as Rich says, we don't care. You should be here for me, not for others. It's all about Sim Farmer. It's all about me. Oh, don't forget Stevie as well. Can't forget Stevie is helping out again. And don't forget to check out Stevie's channel, Stevie 4K Gaming, if you want to see the time-lapse version of this live stream and the previous streams. Give him a sub as well. What do you wish Farming Simulator can change? FS22, what? There's loads of things I would love them to have added. I would, for me, one thing I would really like to see in Farm Simulator is more of a impact on the game when it rains. So fields getting muddy when you try and work in them when they're wet. Again, driving across grass fields, they start to get muddy tracks in if you start driving over the same areas constantly. Kind of like you could, like a map like this where you've got no roads, but if you constantly drive over the same route each time, over time it eventually wears the grass down and creates a track, not naturally, which you can then follow. I would love to see something like that in the game. And again, then with it raining, those tracks get a little bit muddy. Puddles forming on the road, puddles forming just in general dips on the map. Tractors looking like they're actually getting wet, rather than just a visual rain that doesn't really do much. So I'd love to see more impact from rain. Driving through water as well, I'd love to see that the water actually splashes up from the tyres of the tractor. With seasons on the game now as well, having leaves fall from trees rather than just visually changing, so you start to get leaves pile up and blowing across the roads and stuff like that when you're driving around. Probably a lot of things, and the slightly little things that a lot of people probably aren't bothered about, but I think it would just take the game to the next level, stuff like that. Steve H saying you don't need second-rate YouTubers. Ben Wright, what was his channel? It's Stevie 4K Gaming. If you look in the video description, there should be an Stevie 4K Gaming in the description, which I'm sure it works on the fact that you can click on it and it'll take you to his channel, or give you the option to view his channel. Crading Gaming saying, if Marwell Manor comes out, will you do a series on it? No, personally I won't, because I found that map became extremely boring very quickly, personally. Part of the problem with doing it was not having seasons, and also I just found, because you started off with quite a lot of equipment and some big fields, you earned quite a lot of money quite quick, and it just became boring to play on. And I struggled with it. Really nice map, and I really liked it, but yeah, it's just not a map for me. Maybe with seasons on it, it would be a whole new map. But I'm not keen on small maps with large fields. I'd much prefer it if it was a full-size map with some smaller fields on, smaller starting farm and stuff like that. I don't think, as far as I'm aware, Oxygen David has got no plans whatsoever to bring any of his old maps to FS22. He's just literally concentrating on new stuff. From what I've seen him say in his Facebook page. But he did mention previously about doing an extended version of Marwell Manor, so you never know, he may go back to that and do the extended version at some point, but who knows. Agri Tom was saying, I think Sinfarm would be a great game developer with all the good ideas. I think there's a lot of little things that I would love to see in the game, which for me at this day and age, stuff like that you kind of expect from games. Especially with like the advancements in consoles and stuff like that. It's just those little things would massively improve the game, and they're only tiny little things. But maybe one day Giants will get there. Trying to think what other things I'd like to see. That stump I've just missed. I think it's one of those we can't get with the lumberjack mod. Mario saying he likes big maps with big fields. Yeah, I do like big maps with big fields, but because of the way I like to play with, I like to try and start off with little equipment and work my way up, because I find that keeps me interested a bit more, because it always gives me something to work to. So if I start off with too much big stuff straight away, I kind of lose interest, because it just feels like I've got nothing to progress towards. So I find it harder to keep interested in a map that way, which is exactly what Marwell Manor was, because I had a fairly big combine to start with. Although I tried to downgrade the tractors a little bit, even one harvest on field 18 you still earn quite a decent amount of money. That it really didn't take long to get enough money to buy new fields, new tractors and stuff. AA Gaming's he's made a new account. Confused me even more now. Steve H saying he wants pineapples. Yeah, I think that's another thing I'd love to see, is more crops with a that required more equipment to actually work. So I'm really hoping the next proper expansion of the game adds a whole new crop type and all the new equipment that is completely different from something we've had in the game before, rather than just being a large equipment pack from one manufacturer that is just full of stuff that doesn't really do anything different to what's already in the game. So a little bit disappointed with the Class DLC from that respect, especially on PC as well, because I think there was like 90% of what was in the Class DLC was available as mods on PC anyway, so there wasn't a huge amount in there that we didn't already have access to. Although Giants did a really nice job with the models, and it was great to see Class added as an official brand in the game, but I just think it was a bit of a letdown in terms of an expansion pack, because it didn't really expand the game in a way of being able to do anything different. M saying, how big field can I get much money for? How big field can I get much money for? Not sure what you mean. Tomcat saying, hope there's a mod bring back the map from FS15. Which map from 15 is that? I only ever played FS15 on Xbox when there was no mods available, so I've got no experience with what was available of the mod wise for 15 when it comes to maps. Other than a few, I think Sandy Bay, I remember seeing something about Sandy Bay being on 15. I think it was a Colborough Park Farm by Bullet Bill. Other than those two, I have no idea what maps are on 15. Craden saying onion harvester carrots would be nice, sweet corn harvester. Yeah, stuff like that. So something that requires new equipment. TV saying alfalfa is just fancy grass. Yeah. I can see why they don't add alfalfa and stuff like that into the game, like clover, because it works exactly the same way as grass. The Maize Plus mod was great when it added those, but although I felt that the changes that enforced with feeding animals I didn't like so much. I think they did release a mod later on towards the end of 19 where you could adjust what you fed to the animals, which I never actually got around to using. But yeah, I want to see new crops that need completely new equipment, rather than just like adding in a crop that you can do with a combine harvester and a grain header. Mario saying, I feel like people saying they want to see crops in the game never did use mods. There's a lot of mods I never used. I've played FS now for a while. Grapes, I know grapes have been available for a while on various different maps as mods. I've never done grapes in Farming Simulator, so the first time I do grapes in the base game in 22 will be the first time I've ever done grapes myself. But I know it was a mod in previous versions. Olives as well, I don't know if that was ever a mod for olives, but that's something I've never done. I've still never actually done a sugarcane harvest, even though I bought the Platinum Edition of Farm Simulator 19. I never actually used anything from it. So yeah, I'm still yet to do sugarcane. Maybe in FS22 we'll have a go at sugarcane. Yeah, I think if they added alfalfa and then they added it as a use for it, other than just like selling it as alfalfa or making it exactly the same as hay. So if they did it for, like, rather than just use hay for horses, you could do alfalfa hay for horses instead. I think that would be quite good, although it still works in the same way. I would like to have seen them add haylage for horses, because I know that's something that's they use quite a lot around by me, is they use haylage for feeding horses. Steve H saying cocoa beans, because where we're getting that from to make chocolate, yeah. Yeah, get cocoa beans so the dairy can make chocolate, but you can't make chocolate milk. As I said in one of the previous streams, that they could have added so many more to the production lines, like soya milk, oat milk, chocolate milk. They could easily do with the dairy. You know, that's all stuff they could just do from what's available in base game without adding more stuff in. Isaac saying, I think it's because you have new planter, better AI, more realism. Melons and pumpkins would be cool for Tomcat, yeah. Onions and carrots are mods. Yeah, onions and carrots are mods, but they don't have the correct equipment for harvesting. Which would be nice to get the proper equipment. And I don't know how what planters or stuff they use for planting carrots and harvest onions. I don't know if that's different to how they did it. It would be nice to see those as a proper crop with the proper equipment. Yeah, Tomcat saying strawberry milk as well. Yeah, bananas for banana milk. Greenhouses could have been a lot better, yeah. Say, just from what they've added in the game, they could have done a lot more. So now all the scripting is in game, it's going to be a lot easier for modders to make changes and add all that sort of stuff in. So I'm sure we'll get a lot of that as mods. Chocolate cake is another one. You can produce chocolate, you can make cakes, but you can only make strawberry cakes. Why not make a chocolate cake? Mario saying that's giants for you, doing the minimum work and asking a lot of money. I don't see it as that. To be fair, Giants, they kind of get that reputation that they just don't put much effort into it and leave it all to modders. I disagree with that. Yes, there's more Giants could do, but Giants are a small gaming company. They are a small game developer. They've grown quite a lot since I started really getting into the game at 17. But they are still a very small game developer. They build in their own game engine, so they're pretty much 22. They're self-published as well. So it's a lot for them to do, and they're still like improving on things as well. It's just that a lot of people don't have that, see them as doing as much as they could do, which is probably not the case. I'm sure Giants would love to do more than what they actually do. Right, I am just going to slow time down a bit, just so we can get this finished before it gets too dark, because we don't want to go over to the next month. So yeah, coming up to 11 o'clock, so we'll just try and finish these 2 fields off, and then we'll call it a night. I think we'll do yeah, I think we'll just do the other field with wheat, Stevie. So we've got 2 wheat and 2 barley. Yeah, not that it really makes much difference, to be honest, but gives us 2 fields of each rather than 3 of one. PC player Mark saying small gaming company called Giants. Yeah, I did see somebody comment before saying that there was outrage by Farming Simulator because they expect better from a AAA game company, unlike AAA game companies like Rockstar. You know, EA, Ubisoft are like AAA game companies. Giants is not a AAA game company. I mean, Farm Simulator is becoming a very popular game, but it's still always going to be limited to how many players they're going to get, because it's definitely not a game for everybody. Mosan, they are not a small company anymore. They're still a fairly small game company in the grand scheme of things. They are expanding. They are getting bigger all the time. They've opened up new studios over the last couple of years, so they are expanding, which is drastically going to help. They're still looking to set up their US department, which once that's up and running as well will improve things with the US content of the game, I'm sure, and also the community from the American side. Yeah, they're not an indie. I wouldn't describe them as an indie company. There's a big difference between a small game developer and an indie developer. Most indie developers are like sole programmers that are pretty much doing everything themselves. Or at least they've got 1 or 2 people. Steve H saying, do you watch 10th Generation Dairy Farmer on YouTube? No, I haven't watched any of his stuff. Buzzard saying, catch you in the next one. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Tomcat saying firewood production and machinery would be awesome to see. Yeah. I did like the firewood mod in 19, although I had to remove it in the end because it just had a big long list of errors in the game log that I wasn't sure if it was causing a few issues. Giants is like an AA company. Yeah, I'd say they're like double A, or getting there close to anyway. Yeah, I think for the next game, if they go back to a 2-year cycle, which possibly I don't think they will yet, I may give it another year depending how this one goes. That was me, got carried away. I completely forgot I left the plough in the middle of the field. That was me going to fill the greenhouses up, and then I completely forgot I was playing the field. Giants has about 68 employees. They aren't as big as people think. No, they're not. That's why I say I think a lot of people have got the incorrect perception of Giants as a company. They do get a lot of stick, which some of it could be... Oh, no, I forgot to switch the crop. Oh, turn that on. Yeah, I'll just put a strip of barley in there. Right, we want wheat. Right, let's go again. No, what are we doing? Lower that, and now cruise control. Is that seeded over? We got a patch. Oh, we got a patch of barley. Might need to just plough that little patch, and then cause it's not a direct drill, so it's not seeding over it. Fortunately, I left the plough here just in case I did that. Welker Farms. I have watched quite a lot of Welker Farm stuff, but not for the last 6 months or so. I'm trying to pick up that the wrong way round. Yeah, I do like Welker Farm stuff, but same with Millennial Farmer and How Farms Work. I've watched a lot of their stuff in the past, but probably over the last 6 months or so I've not seen a huge amount of their stuff. So I think we are just this little section here. Hopefully that's got rid of the misplanted barley. Yep, looks like it. Just drop that off. Yeah, Ubisoft has 18,000 employees. Yeah, not all of them are developers as well. I imagine part of that 68, they've got at least 3 community coordinators. They've got the QA testers. They've probably got a lot of just general admin staff as well in that. At the end of the day, Farming Simulator is never going to be a AAA game title. It's just never going to sell enough copies to get to that level. At the end of the day, it's a Farming Simulator game. No matter how good it gets, it's still going to be limited appeal to a lot of gamers. And Nick has a trophy wife. I don't think I've seen Nick's wife. So I haven't watched their stuff for a while. I need to catch up. Same with Tom Pemberton for the UK stuff. I'm way behind his stuff. Mike Mitchell is another one I've heard mentioned several times, and I haven't got round to actually checking out any of his stuff yet. Yeah, it beat Battlefield. Yeah, I'm not surprised though with Battlefield being an online only game. And also after the beta, it seemed like quite a bit of a mess, to be honest. I love Battlefield like from the past, but I'm not interested in online games that much. So yeah, if it had a decent single player like campaign, I would have probably got it. Darth, when is the next time lapse coming? Tomorrow at 5 PM UK time, 6 PM Central Europe. So it's same time every day. So whatever time that, I think you're in Germany, aren't you? So it'll be 6 PM Central Europe. There was one out earlier if you missed that at 6 o'clock on Whole Baler on, I think it was. So tomorrow will be No Man's Land, and then Sunday tomorrow. Monday will be No Man's Land as well, and then Tuesday Elm Creek, Wednesday No Man's Land, Thursday will be Hoe Baler on, Friday No Man's Land, and then Saturday possibly will be Elm Creek and then the live stream, and then maybe Sunday there may be a Hoe Baler on in the morning and a No Man's Land in the afternoon, but possibly not, because I've got my new internet being installed on Friday if they actually turn up this time, so I may lose a little bit of time while they're doing that, because they're doing I've got 2 different broadbands being installed on the same day. One's the home broadband upgrade, and then I'm having a separate business broadband connected straight into my office, so I can have the modem in here and connect to that via Ethernet, which means I won't have to rely on a wireless connection to the modem. What time do you post videos, Farm Manager? It varies. I try and do it the day before the video's due to release at the same time, so 5 PM UK time. Like today I didn't get time to get that video uploaded in time, so there'll be, for Farm Manager channel members, there'll be No Man's Land early tomorrow morning. It'll be available to watch, which will be tomorrow's video. Hopefully I should get Monday's No Man's Land up for 5 o'clock tomorrow, so Farm Manager level channel members will get both No Man's Land videos tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, it's usually posted around about the same time as the normal video, just a day earlier. The trouble is, I have, when I get a little bit behind, it's difficult to get those videos uploaded in time to release at the same time all the time. So sometimes they are a little bit later, sometimes they could be the next day, on early in the morning they're released, or midway through the day. Clarkson's Farm, yeah, Clarkson's Farm is very very good, worth watching. Have you gone over your limit? Yeah, I have, but I just want to finish off these. I don't like to leave a job half finished, so we'll just finish off these last little bits of sewing and then we'll wrap up. I really need to consider starting half an hour earlier at 7 o'clock instead, because I tend to keep going over by a little bit. Caleb saying he's back. It's good to see you back. Yeah, Clarkson's Farm is really good. Even if you're not really into farming, like real life farming, there's some interesting stuff in there. Tomcat saying, see you soon, love the content and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for stopping by again to watch. So I've got this tiny little bit and Stevie's finished by the looks of it. So it looks like we are all done. Steve H saying, could watch this all night. I could carry on, but I need to get the dogs walked and go to bed. But then maybe in the future I'll do some longer streams at some point, but starting earlier. Right, let's just drop that down. We'll pick up the plough and then pick up the seed drill on the back of the plough. I'll take these back over, give them a wash off as well, because this tractor's not had a good wash for a long time. Clarkson's Farm isn't just a farming show. Yeah, it's not just about the farming. I know a lot of people don't like Jeremy Clarkson. I tried to get my wife to watch it. She's not a big fan of Jeremy Clarkson, but I was like, you need to like just watch it, because he does a good job with it. It's just got about like just the right level of comedy to actual serious like stuff they do. It's not all just him being a complete and utter tool like he can be at times. Yeah, I do like it. It is a really good concept, and really looking forward to season 2. It's weird. The engine sound of the tractor disappearing when I zoom out. I thought the game sound had completely died. Christian saying how funny Clark's farm is. It all shows how much problems farmer has. Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It wasn't just about him being like an idiot and just trying to be funny. It did go with different environmental problems that not just farming spacing, but the environment in general. So with the loss of hedgerows in the UK, major impact on wildlife that's had with a lot of farmers removing hedgerows to make larger fields. The impact that has had is massive, and some of these hedgerows have been around for like hundreds and hundreds of years, and I think it's that a lot of people don't realise the kind of how important they actually are to supporting wildlife, which then helps support other stuff in the environment. The best trees for forestry are spruce or pine. I'd say spruce myself personally, but I haven't tried pine on 22 yet. I don't know why that weight is not cleaning, but hey ho. Ooh, a nice shiny seed drill, plough and tractor. I'm just gonna park this in here for now. Yellow bottle of freeze water, yeah. Yeah, I like in fact, it's kind of reminded me of Only Fools and Horses when he was trying to make his own spring water. If anyone remembers the Peckham spring in Only Fools and Horses, where they had the bottle on the nightstand at the end of the episode that was like glowing in the dark. It was like toxic water. Kind of reminded me of that. The hedges are... A lot of the hedges basically just divided up the land. Initially it was like the division of the land, because years ago it was like all land was owned privately until like the Queen took over most of it, or the King at the time. But yeah, it does help support wildlife and stuff like that. So it's not so much erosion; it was more just land boundaries. There was always divided up with hedges, and in parts of the country they used dry stone walling as the boundary lines. Right, so I'm just going to wish everyone a massive Happy New Year and best wishes to you and your families. We're going to wrap up. I would love to stay and carry on answering your questions and comments, but I really need to call it tonight. I am absolutely cream crackered again. I've got to go and walk the dogs, and I'm sure Stevie's got stuff to do as well. So thank you again, Stevie, for helping out again.
No problem at all.
Yeah, so don't forget to check out Stevie's channel, Stevie 4K Gaming, if you want to see the time lapse of this session of the stream. When's this one going to be up?
I think Tuesday.
So Tuesday, yeah, and the previous 3 streams are on there as well. Mr. Tutsik, thank you very much for the subscription. Maximilian saying love the stream, look forward to the next one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. It will be next Saturday, so the plan with the live streams now is one a week on Saturdays. That may change in the future, but for the foreseeable future, shall we say, it will be Saturday evenings at 7:30. May consider starting at 7, just so we can try and finish on time for a change, because we're both usually on here for 7 anyway. So I'm usually just messing around trying to get things set up. So maybe half an hour early next time, but I'll put a post up before then. So again, thank you for everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Goodbye and Happy New Year.